Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's do this then. Let's get in and let's play some Mar. And it's gonna be intense. Well, well, well. Hello, hello.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Happy birthday.
Happy
I'm so
birthday to me.
Hi.
Oh, come on, man.
I won't lie.
You can't do that to me. You
took a
can't,
couple hoots.
you can't
and,
do that to
boy,
me on great day.
Listen. Don't worry about it. Ask me any question to test my level of highness.
What was the name of Lou's ship?
What was the start of that question?
Oh my god, that's a bad sign, dude.
No, I actually don't know if I ever knew the name of her ship.
No, it was never given a name.
I was about
okay,
really
all right.
panicking. really.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's weird to do.
Sorry.
My mom is in the room with me, so that's very
Don't
weird.
worry. She likes that sort of thing, Venalis. Do it louder.
No. No.
Please,
no.
I want you to please. I want you to please my mom, Venalis.
No. What is wrong with you? How high are you? What is wrong with your brain? God, dude.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's gonna be an interesting night.
Yeah. Oh my
She just
god.
Listen, she hasn't been satisfied
Don't
by
you-
man.
No, I'm
She's a grown ass woman with grown ass woman needs.
no,
Exactly,
this is
exactly.
so
Thank you.
bad.
Shut it down.
Venalis, I
is-
just want you to
this is the
consider
worst
dating
thing.
my mom, okay?
This is the why would you even
I
say
could be your
that?
new papa.
Don't say these things to me.
you Papa in real life.
Don't
Yeah.
say these things to me,
Okay.
please.
Can you
Oh
imagine
my
if you and me
God.
got to call Venalis dad? How awesome that would be.
What is wrong with you guys?
I'm
Then
you
everyone would
understand?
perma by jumping in a giant hole.
Do you guys understand that like we're about to deal with some really heavy content in the game?
That's why. That's exactly why.
That's a good point, actually.
You
That's a
are
good point.
ruining the mood completely for what we're about to have to deal with.
I'm
Or just offering your mother something heavy to play with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh damn!
Oh, please, please. It can't be this. It can't
Because
be
I'm
this.
so fat.
Don't do this thing to me. What are you doing to my ears?
Happy birthday!
No, this is the
You
worst
think
thing.
about your birthday. It's almost like it would be fair to think that Venalis made us. You know,
Why would what even?
we came from him.
Mm-hmm.
Now my throat is very messed up, and the more you make me the worse my throat gets.
Well,
So I
You're
need
welcome.
you all to just shut it up, okay? Shut it up. Oh my God.
Mm.
Okay. I'm going to try to talk in a calm voice so that I don't hurt my throat. But I feel like you guys are going to make that difficult.
Would never.
Okay. So let's go ahead and start with welcoming folks to our tabletop RPG stream called Monsters Ain't Real, where we use the Monster of the Week rule set that we've kind of cannibalized into our own thing to enjoy some good old-fashioned tabletop RPG fun set in a space cowboy universe. To anyone new, all the old episodes are up on YouTube, but that doesn't mean that you can't just hang out and enjoy this session. So let's get it started with a recap. We're going to make the recap kind of brief because most of us remember what happened last time. And if you don't, I guess spoiler alert. Last time was an intense episode to say the least. You killed Malga, the top guy involved with the Star Spice / Slump Monster project. After he was dead, you noticed that the battlefield was covered in a giant black hole and all the combatants were gone. Except that on the far side of the black hole, you recognized a figure, one solitary figure, and you recognize them as Yilgaf, the Phase 4 Godweaver of the Erish Kigal. And you formulated a plan to attack them. Now, firstly, I accidentally referred to them as genderless, and that's a mistake. They're gender non-binary. And that's an important distinction. So I want to apologize for saying genderless. They're actually gender non-binary. You assaulted Yilgaf and quickly realized you were in for a huge fight. They tore your ship out of the air and pummeled you with overwhelming dark magic. You did some damage and you started to stagger them, but it looked very grim until the moment that we all remember. The moment that Slump traversed 500 meters, exploded from under the snow, and tackled Yilgaf into the black hole. You all watched Slump tumble past the event horizon and into the black hole. And then Galdrick cast the most powerful version of Angel Wings that he's ever cast, and in one rocketing swoop, jumped into the black hole after Slump. And you watched his skin suit dissolve and reveal the Void Angel underneath. And that's where we left off. With that in mind, let's take a ride on a very unique narrative camera. The camera opens and we see blackness, consuming darkness all around. Then we see wisps of darkness, tendrils and fragments, and we realize that we are looking through Galdrick's eyes. The swirling darkness of the black hole is all around us, but we know where we're going. We saw him fall in. We saw him say goodbye, but he doesn't get to go like that. Not Slump. Not now. And not like this. We are going to save him. We're going to save him, or we are going to die trying. Faster. Faster. We have to go faster. He had already started to disintegrate when we saw him. But we will get there in time. We will. We have to. But all we see is darkness, just the infinite, crushing blackness of this singularity. And we can feel the skin suit being peeled off. That eternal smile has been shredded. And now we wear a mask of sheer determination and refusal to be robbed of our friend. Then through the darkness, we see something. It's almost impossible to make out, but we know for sure. This is our friend. This is Slump, and he's not gone yet. He's almost half disintegrated and fading fast, but he's still there. We will grab him, and we will save him. We feel the darkness begin taking us. We feel our doom approaching. We are Slump and we are dying. But we saved our friends. The bad wizard was going to kill them, and we stopped it. We saved everyone. We saved Teeny Tot. But wait, what is that? We see something coming through the darkness. Is that Teeny Tot? Why is he here? We saved him. Why did he come into here? It's dangerous in here. Get out of here, Mr. Teeny Tot. And what's happening to your face? We can't die now. We still have to save Mr. Teeny Tot, but I'm dying. And I can't stop. Then, from farther away, we see the Void Angel Galdrick bolting through the black hole. Enormous golden wings have shredded into smoky void wings, and their amorphous, genderless form is rocketing towards what remains of Slump. Slump is nearly gone, but his right hand is falling apart, and just before his fingers fade, Slump dies. And when he does, the phoenix ring on his finger cracks and explodes. All we see is this magnificent light. This pearlescent chromatic light sweeps over where Slump used to be, and it forms a beating heart of light. It seems to pulse in slow motion until, like black lightning, the Void Angel Galdric swoops by and snatches up this ball of light. He did it. He has Slump, or at least Slump's essence, and he won't give up. But the black hole, it's overwhelming. Galdric's Void Angel form starts to succumb to the power of this black hole. His deep umbral face starts to peel away. The Void Angel Galdric starts to lose its form and die. There's no sense of which way is out right now, just flying directionless. There's no way to make it out at this rate, but maybe we didn't save Slump after all. But at the very least, we can die together. This is acceptable. Slump doesn't deserve to die alone, and we don't deserve to lose our friend. This is okay. Then, that light from Slump's chest, the light from the Phoenix ring, the undeniable power of a second life flows out of Slump's essence and into Galdric. We see this beautiful chromatic sheen surge into Galdric's form, and a second pair of angel wings sprout. Huge, angular, and powerful. The Void Angel form puts itself back together, veins of bright chromatic light pulsing through it. It grows, twice the size that it was before. Strong, tall, living, and determined. The determination, the power of love between friends. The unbreakable bond of commitment to each other, and a singular drop of prime ink. Speed increases faster and faster, until speed has gone beyond all reason or measurement, escaping the crush of the black hole. They explode from the event horizon onto the snow-covered ground of the Northern Rend, 100 feet away from their friends Lou and Jake, alive and together. They stand, a single figure, as tall as Slump, but made of pure void energy. 4 large, intimidating wings, no eyes. Their mouth peels back into the classic Galdric smile. Then the form shudders, shrinks, and you see Slump, complete and whole, fall out of the void being, and you see the angel Galdric fall over, exhausted but alive. And you are all there, all 4 of you. And Yilgaf is not. And you start to think, maybe, just maybe, this is going to be a great day. And that's where we pick up.
Okay, I might be biased, but I think that's the best narrative intro you've ever written.
I could not agree more emphatically.
I took a lot of time to write that one. I wanted to hit the note strong with that one.
Oh my god, I was so worried. I really thought you guys were going to be playing a joint character for a bit there.
Well, let's just say there's a mechanical consequence of what happened.
What?
Interesting.
Yep.
Cho'Gall vibes intensify.
Okay. So we basically just kind of pick up there. You guys are all standing around outside the black hole. You guys watched, Slump fall in, Galdrick jumped in after, and some time passed, and you thought for sure that that they were both dead. But then a few moments later, this enormous void angel slump exploded out of the event horizon and kind of crashed into the snow. And then out of it kind of fell Galdrick and Slump. And Galdrick is standing there right now, or I guess lying there, with absolutely no skin suit and just fully void angel form.
Oh. Lou starts sprinting towards them.
I was gonna say, I thought you were like on death's door, so I imagine that we spent most of that time. I would have just bubbled you and been like healing the shit out of you with my little tiny like 1 health thing. So like maybe you're good now. I don't know how long it's been.
It's maybe been 5 minutes.
So 5 minutes of frantic like, fuck Lou, don't die, eat the goddamn granola bar. Then maybe you're good to get up and run, sure.
If you ever got I was dead, you're right. How, that's true. Am I okay to run?
You're probably, let's say, half health. Like you're able to walk and move, but you're feeling rough. You're feeling fucked up.
Thank you, Galdrick and Jake.
Yeah, I'll just leave all my shit there, I guess, and just try to help Lou move.
Yeah, you just kind of like you put your arm under her kind of thing and try to help her walk kind of deal.
Yeah, because they're like hundreds of fucking meters away, right?
They kind of covered some of the distance. Like they shot back towards you guys a little bit.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm good to just help her trudge through the snow towards them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to like, I assume I'm like laying, face down. I essentially want to pull from Beauty and the Beast, and he saves from the wolves and he just kind of looks up and smiles at Slump. And then I just collapse.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll say that Slump like sort of sits up a little bit and looks at the rest of the party who are coming over and goes to say something, goes and just throws up and then falls over.
Solid.
That tracks.
Does my hackjack or cell phone work?
Yes, the hackjack net is back and fully operational.
Okay, I'm gonna call Tom, because they're in the cabin pretty close by, right?
Yep.
Okay. Beep boop, ring.
Yeah, hello, Jake?
Tom!
Yeah?
Everyone's fucking dead! Get to this big old hole, get a car. Kirby's got a car. I don't know if he can fly. Just come get everybody.
Yeah, Kirby's already on his way, don't worry. Well, wait, you said everybody's dead?
We're fucked up, dude!
Alright, Kirby's bringing the first aid kit, don't worry, he'll help you.
Okay, you better have a fucking lot.
I'm sure, yeah, alright, there's nothing I can do at this point, he's already gone.
You guys, how did you get it? Do you have a ship? Can you teleport? How did you get here?
Alright, I sense there's a sense of urgency, we'll head over too.
Thank you.
And yeah, like as you hang up, you see Kirby's squad car just peeling through the snow like it's a snow plow at this point. He's kind of swerving a little bit to avoid snow drifts, and he actually seems like he's actually a pretty okay driver. And then he kind of does like a sliding stop next to you. But then he forgets to put the e-brake on and he kind of drifts past you guys a little bit. And then he has to turn the car back on, and then he slowly putters back closer to you guys.
So close. He tried.
Starts going in reverse.
Yeah. And then you see him go to unlock his door and the sirens go off for a second. And then you see him reach for another button and he unlocks the doors and steps out.
Is Galdrick's body like corporeal? Is it fucking tangible? Can I like pick up his ghost and put it in the trunk?
If do you try touching it?
I mean, I'll probably go for it, then realize he's a fucking being of the void, and maybe just give it a little tippy tap and see what happens.
Yeah, your hand, like it's not that it passes right through it. With like, it's not like it's not there. It's definitely there, but yeah, it's kind of like incorporeal, like
It's like a heavy gas.
Yeah,
Kind
like
of.
a heavy gas. Exactly.
Can I bubble Goldrick?
Oh, smart.
Oh yes, you can.
Can I just put all his gas in a fucking bubble?
Yeah, you put Goldrick in a baby Yoda cradle, floating baby Yoda cradle.
And I have like big trash bags in my backpack.
Yeah.
I'll just put the trash bag over the bubble and then let the bubble go, so I have a Goldrick gas in the trash bag.
All right, sounds good.
I'm gonna. Goldrick will remember this.
How else? I can't pick you up, dude.
You're gonna be fine, buddy. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
I'll put the trash bag in the front seat and like buckle it up, but the seatbelt will like press through it, so probably some of them will leak out the.
Oh
No.
God!
I got you, bud.
It's gonna come out with no eyebrows or something.
I don't think I have a
Eyebrow
mouth
gas.
right now, so I'm just gonna.
Disapproving his.
And
then just kind of like look at slump on the ground and put my hands on my hips because I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do about that.
Tell Kirby to
Okay, you
get a
grab his legs,
forklift.
I'll grab his shoulders.
you guys
Oh,
want to try to
yeah.
lift him?
No, hold on. What can I do? I can make bubbles under the snow to like roll him to the edge of the car, maybe.
Yeah, yep, definitely. Just keep on putting the bubble to the side of him so he just kind of rolls off it.
I'm
Getting
gonna
him in,
wrap a
though.
bunch of scarves around his neck so that it stabilizes. So his
Oh,
neck is
smart.
stable.
Yeah, I think you
Fuck,
roll
smart.
him once and you see like his neck kind of bobble around kind of disgustingly.
And I run over there.
Bite his own tongue.
Yeah,
Don't want that.
you just get like a scarf and you wrap it around. There's just so much neck. You like get another scarf and another scarf until it's like this big thick kind of neck brace of scarves.
Exactly. That's the
Shit.
idea.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going through my magic stuff. I don't know if I have anything that's like.
Slump liftable.
I have a generic do a thing beyond human limitation, but holy
Ah.
shit, Slump probably weighs like 600 pounds, right?
I would say that's
Pull an
probably.
adrenaline,
I would say,
adrenaline
pretty
mob kind of thing, where you lift a car.
I would say that's beyond human limitations. I'd say that one fits the bill.
Perfect.
All right, Lou, help me out, girl. I'm gonna tighten my headband to karate and take a deep horse stance.
All right, roll to use magic.
Okay, here go old Jake's hips.
It's a natural one. Oh my god. Of course, the one-time use magic doesn't work. So I guess you use magic to kind of like pull Slump into the squad car, and the magic, like, it just doesn't quite grab quite right. And so Kirby's kind of like opening up the door on the other side to kind of pull Slump's legs into the car. And when you use the magic, all you actually do is use very powerful lifting magic on Slump's boots. And both boots come flying off Slump and just pummel Kirby right in the face as he opens the door.
Oh dear.
I mean, at least it's not me.
Thanks. I'll put these in the trunk.
I got you, bud. Oh, guy's heavy.
And he kind of grabs onto Slump's feet and starts pulling. And you hear like his shoulder crack.
Oh.
I'm gonna try and help lifting.
Here, if we set up sort of more of like a pulley situation, maybe, and
Why doesn't everyone roll plus tough to see if they can do it?
Hold on. Let me roll preparedness real quick to see if I have a little like hover plate in my bag.
Ooh.
Because I think that'll be good for weight rating, right?
Kirby rolls a 0 for lifting Slump. He rolls a 3 minus 3.
Oh, sweet boy. Hey.
Does this?
Oh,
I don't know how this works for preparedness. It's normally a where is it? On a 10 plus, you have it right here, right now. 7, 9.
oh yeah, this is a full success.
Okay, cool. So I have a little like hover plate that you'd use as like a, I don't know, like a thing around the shop if you need to move some heavy shit, like a dolly, right?
Yep.
So I'll just like dig out some snow under Slump and slide it under.
Perfect.
And then just pop it on and see if it can lift his ass.
Yeah. I think with Kirby's 0 for trying to lift him, he's like fully wrapped around Slump's leg, trying to pull as hard as he can. And he doesn't see you putting this hover dolly in place, and then it lifts up and it just kind of squishes Kirby against the roof of the squad car. And then sure enough, Slump floats into the squad car, and Kirby lets go, and he's like, all right, we gotta go.
Okay.
Everybody in.
I'm just gonna jump in the trunk. I guess there's no fucking room.
All right, karate wizard jumps in the trunk.
I'm gonna sit on top of Slump's foot.
All right, sounds good. You're on top of Slump's foot, and
when you do it, triggers a digestive response, and he pukes up a puddle of nothing but bile and complete toenails.
Wow!
Whole human toenails.
Yep, he was slurping them back.
What?
Yep.
How did he? What is that?
That's awful.
Boy.
And when you guys all get in the car, he pops open the glove box, and there is a Galdric skin suit in the glove box. And he's like, now listen, I'm not really sure about all this magic stuff and like what's all going on. And I don't really know what this is. It kind of looks like Mr. Galdric, except it's like flat. And there was this very weird little Vietnamese old man that just handed this to me and said that I'd probably need it.
Oh my gosh.
So is that
Okay,
Just
here's what
imagine
we do.
you have
You
like
just
a
hold it
fucking
open.
you just have like a fucking latex version of
yes, exactly. So this is
it's like a suit. I thought it was like a little action figure, like in a fucking blister pack or something.
Oh yeah, no, it's like it is the skin. It's another skin suit of Galdric.
Oh,
in like a
yeah. Imagine I got a skin lift.
Yeah.
When if I lost like all my weight, I'd have all my, it's like all the excess skin. That's what it's just fucking skin.
Yeah, and it's inside of like a dry cleaner, like one of those tall dry cleaner bags.
Yes.
Oh my god! Thank fucking god, Slump is unconscious right now, or he would be throwing up and screaming.
So he like kind of holds it out. He's like, this is what he gave me.
All right, Kurt. Nope, there's been enough throw up in this car. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here, we'll just open this bag. Just hold open. Well, is there an opening? Just hold its mouth open, I guess?
I don't understand how Mr. Galdric's supposed to. I don't really understand this whole thing all that much.
It's been a crazy day. Don't even worry about it.
Do we just drop it into the garbage bag and let Mr. Galdric figure it out in there?
Kind of shake it like a martini. We don't want to pour the garbage bag into the pot.
Oh, that's kind of a good idea.
I'm not sure. Well, let's see if it works.
All right, you want to pour Galdric into the dry cleaner bag?
Yes.
All right. I think there's no roll for that. You just kind of
Dexterity. Watch if you spill any out of.
yeah, you just lift up the garbage bag and kind of poke a hole inside, and
Oh,
you
that's much smarter than I would have done. Thank you. That's a good
just
idea.
kind of pour Galdric into the skin suit in the thing, and it kind of fills out the thing. And Galdric, you kind of come to consciousness inside of plastic wrap.
Oh,
Oh, weird.
oh my god. Okay, am I still floaty wispiness?
You're basically back to being Galdric. You're inside this. Well, you're inside the bag.
Okay.
I gotta open the bag. Open the bag. He's gonna suffocate.
But yeah, so you're kind of in close you're in the bag next to your skin suit.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay.
And so
I'm next to the skin suit. I haven't taken form yet.
Well, I mean, like you're kind of slowly absorbing in through the skin suit. If there's anything you wanted to do as an angel, you could do that, or else you're just back in your skin suit.
I kind of want to. The first part that I would do is probably like start, manifesting the head, if you will.
Oh yeah.
Imagine like a balloon getting filled up. I want to immediately like fill the eyes and fill the mouth. And I want to shout, "Stop fucking looking at
And it's like in the middle of this squad car.
I'm in the fucking trunk, but I think I can hear.
Yeah, you can hear that.
Sorry.
And then and then from there I'll fill the rest of my suit and pretend like I can't get out of the plastic bag.
Oh my gosh. I start trying to rip the plastic.
Yep.
Can I rip it? Is it very tough plastic?
It's pretty tough plastic. Yeah, no, you just pull it open. You just pull it open.
I think I have some sort of knife as part of my. Okay, good.
And then Kirby kind of pops up the cup holder. It's got like a section underneath there, and it's got like an Aqua CD in there. And then
Wow, vintage.
right next to the Aqua CD is like 4 canisters of the super military grade healing gel. He's like, all right, just hand that out to whoever needs it. We gotta get going.
I take some and I start giving it to Slump.
Yeah, there's basically enough there to heal everyone up to full health.
Yay!
Good.
And you guys notice yourselves at high speed drive right past the cabin.
Curbs, where are we going?
We gotta go. We gotta get going real quick.
But there's other people we gotta meet up with. We can't just leave the area.
They'll deal with whatever they're dealing with. We gotta go.
Where are we going? Where do we go? Why?
We're going back to Quinton, of course.
That's like a 13-hour drive from here.
That's 13 out. Mr. Mr. Little bitch boy, dog. What do you mean?
We gotta.
That's so far away.
Well, I'm gonna drive real fast, so we'll probably get there pretty quick.
Why?
What? It's great day. We gotta be back in Quinton because it's great day, guys. We gotta go.
Oh my God, it's a great day?
It's great day, and they're gonna have the all the festivals, and I gotta make sure that they don't get hurt.
Hey,
Yeah.
fuck the Great Keeper.
Wouldn't say that out loud. That seems like a real dangerous thing to say out
Fuck him.
loud.
Fuck him.
Don't-
Hey, if you're listening to me, Great Keeper, my name is Kirby. Fuck you.
And Kirby's all the fingers on Kirby's left hand fall off.
Okay.
Please, Mr. Slump, please, let's not anger the great keeper.
Okay, we'll go back for the great dog.
Okay, thank you. And all his fingers reattach. Boy, that's an unpleasant that's an unpleasant situation. You guys go at very high speed back towards Quinton. You hydrate on your way back, you have a couple snacks, you share a couple stories, and before you know it, you are back in Quinton.
I want to pop the trunk right away because I'm worried about Jake.
There's just peanut butter like all over my face because I was trying to eat it while the car was bumping around.
Yeah, it bumped something fierce.
And as soon as you open it, like my eyes dilate to little pinpricks because I was in the dark. So it's like
Slump gets scared thinking that it's an animal and slams the trunk shut so hard that it bends and now it won't open.
Okay.
I'm gonna move the backseat cushions down so that I fold the cushions down. So you can
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I birthed myself through the center console.
There we go.
And then I gotta like pull my backpack through and it's too fat, so I gotta take shit out and then squeeze it through and then put stuff back in. It's a whole fucking ordeal.
God. And Kirby's just kind of like standing there awkwardly, like he wants to go back. He wants to go into town because like the Great Day Festival is starting and he's got to take care of it. But you guys are taking so damn long with the car that he's like in that weird kind of like he takes a step towards town and then he kind of like waits there and kind of moseys on back and then kind of starts heading back towards town. And he's like looking at you guys like he's taking part, but then also constantly kind of acting like we're all going to town now until you guys don't follow him. And once you guys finally get done with with getting everybody out of the car, you know that the town, Quinton, actually looks relatively okay. Looks like the slump monster outbreak at the Nash Club was really kind of the worst the town got. And the Nash Club is actually back in operation. It's got the big double thick letters saying Steve Sports in red, and then Nash Club in blue. And it's got 2 of those Gashapon trinket machines out front and nice fancy saloon style swing doors. And through the doors you can see it's much better lit inside. It's got big screen TVs, and there are people in there laughing and genuinely having a good time. And as you guys enter the town, you see snow, which, like, this is like the middle of the desert. There's never snow this far south, but it can't be snow because it isn't cold. It's just like the room temperature, and it's all the exact same shape. And then, oh yeah, you remember, this is the tiny hand confetti. It's confetti in the shape of tiny little hands that's shot all over the place in celebration of Great Day. A bunch of little tiny hands cut out of paper. And then I was looking at my notes to make sure that Great Day was still consistent, and I noticed that last time I had planned to make a song for Great Day. So I guess I forgot that 2 years in a row now. I forgot last year, and I forgot this year too, so there's no Great Day song, unfortunately.
Wow.
Just this baller redneck jamboree that we got going on in the background.
It's great. Very great.
What do you mean by redneck? This is my fucking ringtone.
Oh. Well, we got this great hoedown going on in the background.
Okay, that's better. I like that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have a song next year. Who knows? And then for anyone who's forgotten or who hasn't been here before, Great Day is like God's birthday. It's become a non-religious event, although it was started a long time ago by a large religious group that believed that everything was imagined into existence by a god that existed outside of their reality. It was a relatively harmless religion that promoted positivity and collaboration, but eventually it fell out of the mainstream. They had one major holiday though, God's birthday, which they called Great Day. It's a celebration of all the wonderful things that existed and giving thanks to the mighty God for creating them in this immense, hyper-intelligent and hyper-creative brain. People give gifts of a silly nature to pay homage to the creativity of the God for coming up with the crazy things that existed. Like cows. I know we said that last time, but dude, cows are insane. It's a creature with 4 stomachs. Only a truly hilarious and silly god could come up with something so ridiculous. And the rest of the city is heavily decorated for Great Day. There are tiny hands hung from strings throughout the town, children's paintings and homemade crafts like paper mache masks or birdhouses, more than one whittled thingamajigger, a couple of scrap metal statues, and some people are doing interpretive dance, which is interesting considering most of the people of this town are massive miners, barely cleaned off from their last stint in the mine. There's some bands wailing away on banjos and harmonicas, and it seems like the whole town has completely ignored any impending destruction or doom for this one day. They feel, and rightly so, that there is no great doom that could seek you out on this day. This day is a free day, free of worries, free of stress, and it's almost as if the great creator has given you all a day free of consequences. Now,
that's
of course,
my favorite fucking thing to hear.
I was worried that you would take to that a little bit too strongly.
Yes.
I'm a little bit worried.
Lump smashes fucking Galdrick's face over like a watermelon and drinks the inside.
Okay.
He just got that one.
It's like a ghost Capri Sun. Let me suck it out of you.
Oh my God. Now, just like last year, there's the intake booth where you sign in so they know who attended which Great Day celebration where. And also where you can choose how many Great Day candies you want before going in. Now, one word of warning, the candies are different each year. That's part of the fun. You never really know what the candies will do. So I've actually created a table of random effects for the candies. You get to choose how many candies you'd like to eat. Then we roll that many D10 dice to determine which candies you get. Now, if you want, you can just look in the bag and pick the candies you want, but you will only have access to 9 candies if you do it that way. The 10th candy only exists if you roll the dice and stick your hand in. Galdrick, why don't we go with you first? Do you want to roll the dice and just pick out random ones, or do you want to look around at the different candies in there?
Am I feeling okay? I kind of just took over a skin suit.
It's Great Day.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll roll.
How many candies you want to grab?
Okay, so there's no limit. I can't get in trouble this day, right?
You cannot get in trouble this day.
And what? Okay, sorry. Describe the container on this again.
Basically, it's like a bag full of candy, and you just kind of
take the bag.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I just take the bag.
Okay. You now have a bag of Great Day candy.
Okay.
Didn't plan for this eventuality. Do you eat them all?
There's no What?
Do you eat them all?
No. I want to put them in my special pocket, and I want to keep them for the rest of the campaign.
You broke it.
Bye.
You broke the universe.
Bye, everyone. Bye. That's okay.
Hold on.
Oh, he's gone.
Say the last part there. Sorry, I got a weird fucking notification out of the middle
He
of
said,
nowhere.
"How many candies do you want to take, Slump?"
Okay.
I said, "How many? Like, what is it?" He says, "It's a bag." I say, "I just take the whole fucking bag."
My God. And then stuck it in you stuck the stupid thing in the pocket dimension. So I guess you just now have access to an infinite supply of Great Day candies outside of Great Day.
Yep.
I have made a huge mistake.
Hey, hold on. Not necessarily, because I'm sure, like any reasonable candies, those would have an expiry date.
These are Great Day candies, man. They're good forever.
Oh, okay. Well,
these are
then
magic candies.
Fuck my attempt to save your stupid fucking universe.
Don't worry.
Galdrick.
Don't worry. I immediately. I'm not a greedy guy. Hey, Slump.
Yeah.
You want some candy? And I want to like essentially pull a singular piece of candy out of the fucking Great Day thing. Hey, man.
You see, all you see is it seems like there's a shadow approaching, and the shadow is Slump's entire fucking eyes becoming pupil.
Oh, God.
Completely widen to take up exactly every detail of what he's seeing, and his face starts moving towards you in a way that you're sure not even a fucking, diamond-tipped spear could stop. Just at a constant pace moving directly towards you.
All right, who's eating candy and how many are you eating?
Slump is going to literally okay, so I think I learned my lessons. Remember last year he took two giant handfuls and put them in his mouth?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I learned my lessons. So this year I'm going to do it with all 4 arms.
Okay. So now, roughly how many candies would you say that is? Because we're going to need to roll that many dice.
Yep, I would say genuinely, I'd say Slump could probably honestly hold at least 100 candies in each hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
In each hand?
Yeah, in each hand. Oh yeah.
All right, roll 400 D10s.
Myself, if I was to get a fistful, I feel like I could probably hold, 50. Well, how big are these candies?
They're like big. They're like well, I guess they're all different sizes, but they're kind of like was that?
Saltwater taffy size?
Yeah, saltwater taffy size.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I could easily probably hold 20, 25, and Slump's hands are like 10 times bigger than an average person's hands. So they're you can hold on. So I'll say 400.
400. Okay, roll 400 D10.
Then obviously I pull out the bag of candy so he can take as much as he wants.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is all. We are minute 1 into Great Day, and you guys have already ruined every plan I had. So.
Oh, I feel so happy.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna be here for a minute. Now.
You just count up the 1s and the 10s? There we go.
Now, I can't decide if some of these would stack. Do these effects stack? Because if they stack, it's going to be... You're going to have disadvantage for every 2 that's in there. So you will roll about 30 times and take the lowest number of all 30 rolls.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Yeah. So, or like, oh my god, dude. Like,
oh no.
Okay, one of them makes you have to make an audible fart sound every 10 minutes. Now, if you ate 20 of those, it's gonna be a sonic boom. You're just gonna blow people away every 10 minutes.
Oh yes. That's amazing, man.
Oh my god.
no.
You know that poop track you got? You're just gonna have to turn that on every 10 minutes,
yeah.
man.
You got it, man. No problem.
Oh my god.
I'll have it on fucking standby.
Okay. Yep. Every 10 minutes, man.
Yep.
Okay. Oh my god. Why did you guys do this? Why did you guys do this?
To be fair, me taking the candy made no difference if this happened.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. I guess you can just make this the intro to every episode for the rest of the campaign now, basically. 400 candies for Slump at the start of every campaign. Great.
You are welcome.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're just gonna not Slump. You get the effect of every candy. We'll unpack that in a minute. Okay. Who else would like to eat some candies?
I'll take 3 candies.
I'll take 3 candies. All right, roll.
3 candies.
And are you just reaching in and grabbing them, or are you looking in and taking them specifically? Okay, roll 3 d10s.
Oh, that didn't work.
Oh, does
No,
it
that works.
actually? 'Cause
Yeah,
you
that
just
works.
grab
Yeah, 8 for 10.
Oh.
Yep. Okay, so an 8 and a 4 and a 10. So you pick up 1 candy is kind of this nice, kind of bright green, and when you bite into it, it's like it's a sour apple smoothie. And at the start of every Great Day competition, you're gonna roll a 1d2 to tell whether or not you understood the rules of the competition.
Okay, nice.
And if you don't understand the rules of the competition, I guess you just get to decide what it is you do during that competition.
Okay. Awesome,
A 1 is
awesome.
success and a 2 is failure. With the 4, you pop it in your mouth and it's a strawberry twist, and it gives you +3 tough, but it takes -3 sharp.
Ooh.
But you get no sharp penalty if you hug someone during the competition.
Okay, if I hug somebody, okay.
Yep, at each competition, if you give someone a hug, it's just +3 tough and no penalty.
Does the person have to be like okay with me hugging them?
It's probably ideal, but I guess
I would think.
by the word of the law, technically you just have to hug them.
Okay.
So non-consensual hugging also works, but probably not
It's
recommended.
frowned upon, yeah, for sure.
And you also got a 10. Okay. The 10 is an everlasting hand stopper. This is the candy that only appears if you reach in and have the heart of the candies.
Ooh.
It's a rainbow colored hand sucker. And you roll advantage when you say something nice. And you roll disadvantage when you say something nasty.
Love it.
And you get +1 to a competition roll if you create something during that competition.
Ooh, cool.
I will post all of these effects in Discord for you guys too, just so that in case you don't have time to write it all down, you can just write down that you got this an 8 and a 4 and a 10.
Thank you, Keeper.
No problem. Okay, next up.
3, please.
3, please. 3 d10s. 1, a 2,
I
and
would
a
just
7.
like to eat the first one, and I will pocket the other 2.
Oh, okay. The first one is like a soft brown toffee, and when you eat it, it tastes nice. And now you have to make an audible fart noise every 10 minutes.
Oh, good. It's that one. I was my fault.
All right, Goldrick, are you eating any candies?
I have watched all of these buffoons do this last year. I'm not touching any candy.
Not touching any candies. All right.
Like, I didn't take these to like, hey guys, I'm gonna have candy forever now. I took these so that I could have a weapon of torture for when we need to interrogate people.
Oh God. All right. Here, I'll put these in the Discord for you guys.
Fast forward like 100 sessions and we're interrogating some like god wizard and he has to fart every 10 minutes.
What would a bolus?
Tell us about the primate.
Oh God. Just a second, I'm gonna.
You fix that fucking list right now.
I know. I didn't realize it was
that fucking disaster, or I am leaving this campaign.
Did not realize it was gonna look that bad.
Use a snip, you monster. Snap.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Genius, 200 IQ. Here we go. You're not gonna like it.
I'm not gonna like it.
You're not gonna like it. And there you go.
Use spreadsheets.
No.
All you keepers and DMs out there, use fucking spreadsheets.
Absolutely not. Do a Word document like me and suffer every single episode.
Well, let me just scroll through this 8,000 pages to find out what I need.
Do it. That's. See, you're not DMing right unless it hurts the whole way through. Okay, that's the list of candies right there. I guess now you have some spoilers for what the other candies do.
Oh yeah.
So I'll just explain what all the candies do to everyone else. One is a soft brown toffee, make an audible fart noise every 10 minutes. 2 is a sour lemon crunch, +4 to all stats, but you always roll at disadvantage. 3 is a black licorice chew. You roll advantage if you say something super cowboy before you roll. 4 is a strawberry. Man, just nonstop sirens today.
I hear that. What
Dude,
the hell?
it's like all night.
Is everything okay? My God.
No, nothing's all right. It's
Fire,
Vancouver.
man.
It's Vancouver. Everyone's dead and everyone's on fire all the time. 4 is a strawberry twist, which gives you +3 tough and -3 sharp, but no penalty for the sharp if you hug someone during a competition. 5 is a rock. It's just a rock. Does nothing. Just a rock. There's some rocks in there.
Slump would beat someone's ass if he just bit into a fucking rock.
Yeah. To be fair, I think Slump would bite into the rock and not notice.
Great
That
day.
is also
Busting
true.
teeth on Great Day. Who the fuck did that?
Listen, there's no consequences on Great Day. 6 is a chocolate snap, where you have to have a British accent and you get +1 sharp. Number 7 is a peppermint popper, +1 to any competition roll if you give a gift in that competition. 8 is a sour apple smoothie, 1d2 to understand the rules or not at each competition. 9 is candy corn. You have a southern accent and you get -1 sharp. And 10 is the everlasting hand stopper, which gives you that kind of series of rewards. And those are the candies that you guys had. Make sure to remember your bonuses. Try to play for getting all the the effects. And you guys have had your candies, and you enter into the festival area. You see more booths than ever before, and you start to get the feeling that you might not get to see every booth here. I did see Milton take that as an explicit challenge to go to every booth here. I'm a little bit terrified at what that's going to look like. And you guys already have a list of the booths that I posted a little bit earlier. The booths here, just to say it one time for everybody, and then you guys also have a list to refer to whenever you want, is the Slap Happy competition, Fire Eating, the Excellent, Fantastic, Very Good Story competition, Heckin' Darn Good Time competition, House of the Creator, Blessed Hands, Fix and Race, Fortune Teller, The Lucky Lake, Buck, and the Moon Shimmy. Which event would you guys like to go to first?
Fortune teller.
The storytelling.
Okay, let's do Fortune Teller first, and then let's hit the storytelling.
You know what? I want to get my fortune too. So
Okay.
Slump will go with will go low.
Okay, awesome.
And if Jake or Galdrick try to go to any other ones, Slump is going to smack them in the side of the face.
Okay.
It's a great day. We have to stick together.
Yeah, I'll stick with Luke.
Okay.
Mauna Loa means family.
Exactly.
I
Does
don't
it?
think that's. I don't. Okay.
You shut your mouth.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys go to the fortune teller, and this is oh wait, I need to change the music. That was the intro music. Now you guys are actually in there. There we go. All right, so you guys are inside the festival grounds. You're walking around. You're smelling the food. You're seeing everyone having a great time. People are drunk. People are high from the candies. You know, everyone's just having a grand old time. And oh my god, you guys are walking past all the booths, and you go up to this small tent with a table at the entrance. There's a few dream catchers and incense burners hanging near the front, as well as a big, tall, fat man with a black bag over his head and a red loincloth standing next to the tent. And when you get up to the table, you see standing behind it inside the tent, standing on a red velvet pillow with a black bag over his head, with a gold embroidered symbol on the front of it and a small loincloth, just barely protecting your view from his goodies, the one and only fortune teller, Pura Soma. And as you approach, he says, Pura Soma!
Didn't we kill that guy?
Slump rolls his eyes like it's so hard he almost falls over backwards.
And he says, hello, string. Oh, it's you guys. Hey.
He says, hi, dear Soma. It's so good to see you. And she goes and gives him a hug.
Reminder for me in chat, what was our I do remember we encountered him before, but I fucking can't remember what it was.
It was the Halloween episode. So he had the haunted mansion where you guys went in, you had a fever dream where you were like trapped underwater with the big eel, and then you went through the hallway with all the spider legs, and then there were the weird zombie monkeys, and then you had to fight Volos.
You know.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. So he guy,
okay. And
then you woke up and it was all just a dream from his dream-inducing incense burners in his tent.
Freaking guy.
Goddamn fucking DMT distributing.
Yeah, he roofied you guys hard.
Yeah, Jesus, man. All right.
Yeah. And so he says, "Hello guys. Do you want a fortune? I swear, it's nothing like last time."
Sure. But I did. Can I give him a hug?
Okay. Yes, you can.
Kevin. It's Kevin, right?
Yeah. Do you say?
No, Kevin. It's so good to see you.
Oh yeah. Great. Yeah. No, please just Pura Soma, if you don't mind.
Of course, Kevin. I'm so sorry, Kevin.
Yes. Great. Yes. Wonderful.
You're Soma, of course. I'll call
Yes.
you
Thank
that
you.
from now on.
Perfect. Yes.
I
Great.
apologize.
All right. Now you would like a fortune read. Is that right?
Tell us like it is.
All right, I can do that. And what would be great is if I had some sort of mysterious music, but I don't. So we're just gonna have that.
Oh boy.
I didn't eat that
boy.
candy.
You guys had a couple. You guys had a couple of the toffees, didn't you?
I guess.
I don't know.
Shit.
I don't know why they put those candies in there. I feel like that was some sort of an audio mistake. Don't know why that decision was made. Anyways, all right, Lou, you would like a fortune.
I can take it. Tell it true.
Go ahead and roll a d20. And if you're adding a bonus, roll a d20 plus whatever bonuses you have.
Like any bonuses in the world. 3 tough.
No. Like if you had a candy that says
I
roll
get
plus
it.
1 competition roll, if you blah, then go ahead and add
I
that.
understand.
Do you have any bonuses? Oh, it's a 6. I see.
No, because I haven't created anything, and the hugging doesn't do anything for.
Okay.
competition.
Okay. Okay, you roll a 6. That jamboree music gets louder and louder.
I just as a quick side note, I just sent
Yep.
you something that might be fitting.
Oh, hey, perfect. Okay, yes.
And that's royalty free as well.
Hey, there we go. You guys won't be able to hear it, but everyone else will. Everyone else listening will be able to hear that. Except that, of course, it's not working. So we'll force it to work. Oh God. Okay. Hey, there we go. Now we got some spoopy music going on.
Why can't I hear spoopy?
It's only on my end. You guys get nothing.
Okay, I'll just
It's for
Imagine.
it's for the real fans. This is for my Patreon supporters. You hear this music that's fantastic that you guys can't hear, and it gets louder and louder in your ears. And he says, I see that your skill has improved since last we spoke. I see your skills carrying you through your next trial. And you get +1 on whatever your next roll is.
Wow, Kevin, that's actually nice.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work, you know, trying to dive into the lore a little bit. I find that getting into the lore really helps.
Anyway, bye.
Get into the lore a little bit. All right, who's next with their fortune?
Oh, Slumpies.
And I want, when Slump goes up, I want him to like hold Purisoma's hands, and as soon as Purisoma says the first word, like, so, I want Slump to like tighten his grip a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll a d20. $11. I see you are more lucky than you realize. You will have a turn of good fortune. And you get advantage on your next roll. So you get to roll twice and take the higher of the two.
All right.
Who's next?
All right.
Step forward, Jacob. Jacob of the Marshall clan. Step forward and have your palm read.
All right, that's weird. Here you go.
You said that a really weird way. I wouldn't trust
Yeah.
No, just give me your hand. Let me touch your hand for a little bit.
Okay.
Come here, Jacob of the clan Marshall, and let me hold your hands for a little while.
Wait, which hand? Like, I'm kind of right-hand dominant. Got a little ambidex. Like,
you're ambidextrous.
Baseball, maybe play. Not really like specific things. Like, you ever play
Okay.
tennis and like you're good on both sides.
Yeah.
So
okay.
like,
you know what? Either hand's good. Either hand's good. You know, either hand works totally
Okay.
fine. Either, just give me any
There you
hand.
go.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. And roll a d20. I see.
so that tickles.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's kind of sweaty. Are you don't be nervous. This is all perfectly normal. This is all perfectly normal. It's all part of the plan, Jacob Marshall. Do you understand? It's all going to be fine.
Okay.
I can see that you are more lucky than you realize. You will have a turn of good fortune. You get advantage on your next roll.
Neat.
Did Slump hear this?
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, there's only
Sheep fuck? What the fuck?
some people.
What kind of fortune is that? What the fuck?
Some people have the same Some people have the same fortunes.
How many
waiting.
fucking fortunes are there, asshole?
About 4.
What the fuck? What sort of bullshit? How much should I pay you, you prick?
There's only 4 types of people in the world.
You
Okay.
fucking asshole.
No, listen. Fortunes are complicated. Okay.
Lou rolls her eyes so hard that she strains her eyeball.
Four fucking options seems pretty simple to Slump.
Well, there's a lot of different. There are so many different booths for you to experience
Oh,
here.
you
I had to create a lot of different rewards for all of them, and I couldn't think of 20 different rewards for this. Okay, so
All right.
there's 4 different.
All right.
You should be happy that there's 4 different rewards here.
All right, relax.
All right. Listen, don't worry. I'll get my fortune. I'm sure I'll get a different one.
Excellent. I'm
Right.
sure you will. Please step.
What do I?
Step
Yeah, what do I
forward.
do?
You
What do
need
I
to
do?
Give me your hand.
Okay. What
Give
do
me
I do?
Yes, that hand down by your side. You need to give that to me.
Yeah. Okay. Here, take it.
Okay. You just put it in your pocket. I need to hold it.
I still want it to be like a little like deflating, like he touches it and it's like a slushy pouch. You know, like I haven't fully solidified yet.
All right. God. Oh no. Oh,
I'm like a frozen Capri that's been on the beach sand a little too long.
No. Oh, this is. You know what?
There you go.
You know what? No, I can just tell just from looking at you. Yep. Just stand there. Yep. No, just take your hand back. Yeah, you just stand over there.
Okay.
I can just tell.
Right.
I can just tell what your future is going to be.
All right. That's pretty. Is it your daddy?
Oh my God. All right. Well. And
Okay,
that's it.
yeah.
That's your fortune. Goodbye.
No. Slump, kill him.
Don't do this. Hold
No,
on.
he doesn't.
All right, roll a d20. I see. Yes. Oh, I can see it now, clear as day. Oh, Mr. Goldrick, you have a fortune most profound. I can see that your skill has improved since last we spoke. I
Yeah,
see your skills carrying you through your next trial. You get +1 on your next roll.
Ah, jeez.
Slump smashes his head open. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I deserve that. Yes. Okay. So there's. Okay. You know what? I just handed out 2 of the same fortune to 2 different people. But listen, your fates are so closely interwoven. It's like you're all experiencing the same fortune.
I want Slump to intentionally pretend to fall asleep and just stiff as a board fall backwards and like just tear the entire side of his tent down.
Oh my God! He kind of falls down, and like the pole behind him gets yanked and hits him in the back of the head, and then oh God! Thank you. Thank you for experiencing pure soma.
I fucking hate this guy.
He's the worst, right? Terrible. Did you know his name is actually Kevin Shards? It's just Kevin Shards, Pierce.
No one
Kevin
called me
Sharp?
that. Nobody called me that.
Bye,
Can we
Kevin.
go to this? Can we go to the story one?
Yeah.
We can go to the store. What was my fortune? I wasn't even. I fell asleep.
You get +1 on your next roll.
That's it. Wow, that's a great. It's a great fucking fortune.
You got the same thing as Lou. Listen, you guys rolled really bad. You were supposed to roll different numbers. I had 2 other things written down, and you didn't get to see them.
Did you have for like 0 to 5, 6 to 10?
Yep.
11. Oh,
Exactly.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, bye. What isn't Shards?
No,
Yeah,
it's
Shards,
pure
Kevin Shards.
soma.
Bye, shitty pants.
Oh.
Okay, where are we going next?
The story place. Super happy fun story time.
Okay, super happy fun story time.
Let's hit it.
do
All right. You guys head to the excellent, fantastic, very good story competition. Which is like, it's kind of like there's like a big open, what are those tents called where it's just a roof of a tent and there's no walls? Is that called something? Like a temporary gazebo? Yeah.
Pagoda.
Pagoda?
I feel like it is a P.
Pagoda.
Something with a P.
It's a pagoda. It's a pagoda.
Pagoda. It's a pagoda.
You guys walk up.
pagoda.
You guys walk up to the
We go up
pagoda.
to the pagoda.
Yeah, you guys go up to the pagoda, and there's like this circle. It goes enter the pagoda, and as you're
Into the
entering
pagoda, yep.
the pagoda, you actually all simultaneously remark audibly, "Boy, this is a very nice pagoda." And
Boy, this is a very nice pagoda. Oh, sorry.
I just want to keeper. Quick question. I just want to make sure you are making it canon that every single group member says, "Oh, this pagoda is so nice." Correct?
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So Galdrick says that as well. Excellent.
Galdrick says everyone says it.
No, that's canon. The
refuse.
keeper said so.
I
It's
refuse
great
that.
day, and the great keeper forces the uttered words from your mouths, and you all say it.
I am going to bang your mother.
Don't do that.
Oh
not
fuck
worth
yeah,
it.
dude, man, that's
Don't.
so hot for me to think about.
This is the
man.
worst day of my entire life. Why would you do this on my birthday? You guys are literally the worst. Okay.
There's a foxy older lady walking by, and as Jake begins to say it, he watches her walk by. Hey, nice pagoda.
And what's weird is that as you say that, she says it too at the same time. looking in a completely weird other direction. And then this like chorus of every human on the planet all says, boy, that's a very nice pagoda. Listen, I'm God. I can do whatever I want here.
When we melt into a liquid and become one.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it. Okay. So you guys enter into this tent pagoda, and it's got this like circle of stools around it. And you all just kind of take a seat at the stool, and there's a couple other individuals here. And the way this works is you all need to tell a story. You roll a d20, and then you tell a story commensurate with the dice roll. Under these rough guidelines, 5 and below is awful. Like, you better tell me a really terrible story. 5 to 10 is a pretty bad story. Better lack a punchline or lack a moral or something like that. 10 to 15, it's okay. It's a pretty good story, actually. You better come up with something interesting. 16 to 19, it better be a really good story. And if you roll a natural 20, you better roll a story that makes this entire campaign looks like garbage.
That won't be hard.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, hold on.
Nothing,
What was that?
Nothing.
Sorry,
Nothing.
just a second.
Make his
I
fingers
was just
fall off.
looking
Make his
around.
fingers fall off.
I was looking around the pagoda, enjoying the view.
Yeah, okay, good.
Dumbass.
Wow. All right. Who wants to tell the first story? Or you know what? I mean, I'll just assign an order so you guys don't have to sit there and worry. Slump, why don't you tell the first story?
Okay.
So you roll a d20 first, and then you kind of, however good or bad it is, that's how good or bad you make your story.
Nope. Apparently, I'm not gonna roll. Would you be able to roll one for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can click, but definitely no rolling going on there.
Right, it's 11, so it's right in the middle of the road.
Okay.
It would be technically a passable story to give it a definition.
Okay. Okay. All right. So how many people are in the audience?
There's the 4 of you, and then there's probably 5 other people. 2 of them are like blind, stinking drunk, and the other 3 are like, as you've stood up to tell your story, they're like frantically like scribbling down stuff on their arms and hands, like as inspiration points.
Okay, but I mean, how many people are in the audience?
Oh, in the audience?
Like
there's probably like 50 or 75 people in the audience.
Okay. Oh fuck! All right, here we go. Slump walks up to the microphone and says,
There once was a prince dog, and the prince dog lived in a castle. And then the castle, there was another castle that was different from his. And there was a princess. And one day he went to ask her to be married and wasn't informed about the fact that there was actually a purchase by a non-dictatorship group that had purchased the castle in an auction from a neighboring country, and there was no princess. The end.
Oh my. That is a solid 11 story if ever I have heard one. That was the most technical version of a story possible.
Had a beginning, had an end, had a plot, and absolutely no purpose or anything interesting.
Yep. All right, and next is one Miss Lou Hudson.
Okay. Can I roll a 1d2 to see if I understood the rules?
Yes, roll a 1d2.
Do I just type rolling 1d2?
I think it's /roll 1d2. Or is it exclamation mark? I never remember. You can just try one. I think that's the wrong slash.
You're a slash.
Wow. Holy fuck. Well, you don't ever say that to my brother. You understand? You don't say that. You don't say that, dude.
Sorry.
All right. I don't know that I can get over that.
Oh wait, but I get +1 on my next roll, so it's 2.
Okay, then it's a 2, so you have no idea what the rules to this competition are.
Oh no!
Okay.
You don't know why you're here or what you're doing.
Okay. I stand up at the microphone. Is there a microphone?
Yes, there is.
I stand up at the microphone and I hold my hands out to the side as if I'm like the judge weighing 2 options. And I say
3.14159265359.
And the whole audience just sits there. And then like
Slump
starts clapping. Yeah, exactly.
Slump
One starts clapping.
furiously.
And then the rest start standing up clapping, and they believe this is the most profound story they have ever heard. And it's a standing ovation.
Lou holds her hand to her chest and gives a little nod.
And next is Mr. Jake.
I'm gonna turn to Slowly, not Slow. Galdrick real quick. Wait, what are we supposed to be doing?
I have no idea. They
She
just
just said numbers.
Slump said nothing, and Lou just said a bunch of numbers. These guys must be like, what the fuck? And both got applause. Like, what the fuck? No idea what it's supposed to be. Fucking awesome.
All right, 10. Another technical story. So it has to have a beginning, middle, and end, and no point.
Kind of like my life.
So if there's like a mic stand, I'll like
Yep.
take the mic off the stand and
Oh.
move the stand, so I'm just
Oh,
holding
yeah.
the mic, so
Yep.
I feel real.
Yep.
I'll sort of pass the mic back and forth a little bit. And then it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah,
What the fuck does the audience do? Does the
Just stand there in like stunned silence.
A few of them are like startled into, oh, what the fuck was that? Jesus.
And then like one guy starts to boo, and like 4 people get up and pick that person up and throw them out of the audience.
Yes.
And the rest like start sitting around. They put their hands on their chins and start nodding to each other.
And that's the amount of energy it takes to move a pound 100 feet in a minute.
God. Yeah. They all look very, very pensive, and then they all like they cross their legs and they do very polite golf claps, like they've all just learned something.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
god.
Goldrick starts
Thank you.
rubbing his hands together like he's so fucking excited.
I'm gonna turn the wrong way to like put the mic back and fumble with it for a little.
Yeah, you turn the wrong way and you don't understand why the mic stand isn't there. And then you go over to the mic stand, and like the thin part of the microphone holder is pointed the wrong way, so it can't go quite in. And you just kind of fiddle with it for a few minutes until you get it back.
Yes.
Smooth.
All right, Mr. Galdrick, it is your turn. Roll the d20. This had better be one of the worst stories. I'm telling you, we had one story that was about a princess, but not really, because she didn't exist. We had 10 decimals of pi, and then we had a fart. Those were 10s. This has to be abysmal compared to those.
I walk up to the mic and I clear my throat. And I want to go into my dimension pocket and I want to pull out Dr. Ick and hold out Ick's mushroom in front of the microphone.
Oh my god. And how dare you? How dare you? How dare you do this? How dare you do this to me? I'm gonna have to do something about the toys you have, because this is cruel and unusual punishment.
For what it's worth, every single level up I've ever given Goldrick is so I can do RP some stupid shit. I don't give a fuck about doing damage or staying alive. Everything I do is about fucking dumbass roleplay.
Okay, so you hold up this weird little mushroom that's got into the candies that you also stored in the pocket dimension. And the first thing it does is it does a weird little mushroom fart. And then exactly. And then Dr. Ick recognizes the microphone in front of him and says, "Oh, what's this? This is a microphone for me. Okay, I will tell a story now for everybody to listen to. Once upon a time, I lived in a tower, and then I lived under the tower, and I couldn't make a Frankenstein until I made myself a Frankenstein. Then I live in the pocket dimension for Mr. Goldrick here, and that's the end of the story. Goodbye, everybody. I'm going to have some more candies."
And I put him away.
And everybody boos, and they throw rotten fruit at you, and nobody likes it.
The first person that throws a piece of fruit at me, I shoot them.
Okay, you murder a person, and they fall over dead, and everybody starts clapping very nervously.
I get off saying, "Hey, they're clapping."
Oh, this is so wonderful. I told a good story.
I think out of habit, I would draw a gun when he drew a gun, but probably not shoot anybody.
I think Slump is now so jittery over what they just went through that as soon as Goldrick shoots the person who had booed, Slump just swings his fist into the crowd and just clobbers someone who was actually clapping.
There's a person clapping, and they just get clotheslined. They just take out 4 other people. And then ever so peacefully, the crowd just starts to disperse a little bit.
Not unsure of whether they should or shouldn't clap.
Exactly. Yeah, some of them are clapping as they walk away. Other ones are kind of army crawling on the ground.
I'll reholster the pistol and like pull my hoodie over it and be like, "Open mic night."
Oh my god. All right. Then I guess Jake, where would you like to go next? Which one of those events looks good?
I did the fixin' race and I fucking clocked what's her face last time.
Yep.
The Lucky Lake or Buck. I don't know which of those two I want to do. Fuck that, the moon shimmy.
You want to do the moon shimmy. All right.
It confuses me the most. Let's hit it.
You guys head over to the table with a little kind of like hand scrawled sign that says moon shimmy. It's not spelled right and the words are all shaky. And on the table is moonshine still next to it. And there are a bunch of glasses on the table that are shaped like fists with thumbs up. And the way you drink is there's a hole in the top of the thumb. So you kind of suck on the thumb to drink all the moonshine out of it. And there's this scrawny bearded man with denim overalls, and he's hunched over near the table with eyes that are practically closed and a big, nearly toothless smile on his face. And you walk up, and he says, "Howdy there, folks."
Hey, old timer, how's it doing?
It's pretty good. Yeah, you around here getting any moonshine in you?
Sure thing, mate.
What the fuck did he just call you?
Slump just points at his face and goes,
"Yeah, why do you moonshine race? Get the gas to your race."
Well, it seems to work.
Heck yeah, bud. And I'm going to clap like Goldrick and Slump on the back and sort of like push him forward as I step back.
And
I'm kind of like when I'm like happy paying attention, like what's going on now?
Free drinks, bud.
He kind of lifts up a glass of moonshine, and he kind of sucks on the thumb and drains all the moonshine. And he's like, "Hey, drink moonshine like this. You can walk over here to race, and you just And he kind of, and then you see there's a whole bunch of like almost scribbles on the ground, made of white paint, and it's like swirly, curving, you know, the races or like the puzzles on the back of cereal boxes where you got to trace the line from one end all the way to the other. Yeah, looks like that. And he kind of finishes draining the moonshine, and then he puts the glass down and he starts running along this twisting, curving maze. And he's just like, he's so hammered. He's up on one foot. He kind of falls over forwards and does a bit of a handspring, and all the time staying in between the lines. And then he gets to the end of this long maze and he kind of starts jumping up and down. He's like, hey, run a race. And you get the idea that the idea here is to drink the moonshine and then run through this zigzaggy racetrack. And the way this works is the race is 25 feet. You have to roll a 1d4 to advance. If you take a drink of moonshine, you get to increase the size of your dice from a 1d4 to a 1d6 or a 1d8 or 1d10 or 1d12 or 1d20. But for every drink, you also have to roll at increasing disadvantage. So you take a drink of moonshine, you get to roll a d6, but you roll twice and take the lower of the two. And for every drink, you have to roll again and take the lowest number that you roll. So basically, how many drinks would everybody like to have? I'll tell you which dice to roll.
Oh God. I don't think Galdrick's had a single like drink of alcohol this entire campaign.
I think that's probably right.
Slump is going to do the classic, one for each hand.
Okay, 4 drinks.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you will be rolling d12s. So you'll roll 5 d12. And you will move the lowest number.
All right.
How much is everybody else? It's a race. It's first one to hit the 25 feet. You guys are all racing.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Slump, you're rolling 5d12.
Got it. Okay.
Well, fuck it. We almost died. I'll just double fist it. Just go 2.
Okay, 2. You're rolling a d8. You're rolling 3d8.
I'll do 1 then.
Okay, you are rolling a 2d6.
I'm gonna take no drinks. I'm gonna keep Galdrick's sobriety intact.
Okay, then you're rolling d4s once.
Oh wait, sorry. I'm just gonna
1d4?
roll to see if I understand. Is that cool?
That's right. You're rolling 1d4. Oh yeah, you can roll to see if you understand.
Okay, so you said I roll a 1d4.
Yeah, you roll 1d4. Yeah. Lou has no idea what you're doing. You have no idea. You have no idea what the rules of this are. All right. So, So Galdrick moves. Galdrick moves 4.
2.
Jake moves 5. Slump moves 2.
Yep.
Lou.
I'd like to start. I'm thinking this is. It says shimmy, so I think it's the interpretive dance part.
Yeah.
So I'd like to just kind of post up and start dancing with my scarf.
Yep. You move 4 feet, but you're stepping outside of all the lines.
Yeah.
And Lou. Okay. Everybody. Galdrick, roll again. Oh man, another natural 4.
What the fuck?
Okay, Galdrick is like, with that somehow not having touched the alcohol is letting him just focus in on the lines, and he's running around the race. Go ahead, Jake, roll again.
Was it 3d8? Where the fuck am I? Yes.
Yeah.
What?
You that moonshine is hitting you pretty strong.
I start to drink.
Yeah, you have
Blast it all over Goldrick's back as he runs by.
Big old nasty moonshine fart, and it throws you off kilter, and you only get 1 foot. Slump, go ahead and roll your 5d12.
I'm gonna say that Slump is watching at how good Galdrick is doing, and Slump is very upset. So I want to reset my steps to 0 from 2, because I think Slump would turn around and just walk back to the beginning and take 4 more drinks.
Okay, then you're rolling a 6d20. There's no way this goes well. The 1 foot.
Fuck.
Slump Slump is like really drunk and really not making any progress. So you see Slump turn around, pound 4 more drinks and then just fall face first 1 foot into the race. All right, Lou, go ahead and roll yours just to see how you're doing. Yeah,
I wanna just put. I wanna think now that it's like Twister, and it can be 3 feet, but I wanna just like do that with my hand while my foot's back on where.
Yeah, you're twistering, like you're not even doing the race. You're just like moving 7 feet along the length of it, three limbs at a time. All right, Galdrick, go ahead. And now you come to like this crazy weird part, like. It goes around and back into itself, and you kind of find yourself going backwards, and then you kind of realize that you're going the wrong direction. You go back to that thing and you're trying to make sense of it, but you realize that probably only a drunk could understand how to run this race. Jake, it's your turn. 2. All right. You're having a rough time just trying to make sense of this. That was some potent alcohol.
I'd start throwing the cups.
Yeah, you're having a tough time making sense of this. Slump, go ahead and roll your 60-20. You go 2 feet.
Slump rolls over once.
Yeah, exactly. You roll over once. You're slowly making your way through it. Lou, go ahead and make your roll. Yeah, you are like, I mean, because you're cheating horribly.
Yeah, I think I would start. I see everyone moving, and I feel like, oh, it is. I think it's a race, and so I just start walking straight.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you walk 4 feet in a straight line.
Yeah, straight line.
Breaking all the rules. Yeah. All right, Galdrick, go ahead.
Oh shit.
Yep, and slowly but surely, you are making progress with this race. You get through that nasty, twisty, windy part, and you start making your way, and you kind of make sense of the drunk idiot that drew this race. Jake, it's your turn. And
Oh no.
Jake is having a rough time, guys. Jake is really...
This isn't healthy. You shouldn't be drinking this much. These are not.
Slump is just sort of upset that there's loud noises, and so he's sort of mimicking the tones that Jake is saying.
And you
Listen to the big man.
Galdrick turns around and just remembers why he's sober.
I'm going to the hospital.
And you see the moonshiner. He starts making the exact same noises as Slump. He's like, all right, Slump, we'll go ahead and roll your 60-20 again. Oh my God. If it wasn't for that one, you would have basically just won the race.
Yeah, fuck.
Dude. Oh, so you like, I think you see Slump stand up and you see his eyeballs trace the entire race, and he matrixes exactly the steps required to go through the entire race. And he takes one step and falls face first from the overwhelming amount of alcohol in his system. All right, Lou, go ahead and roll. Yeah. And Lou, yep, you are dangerously close to winning.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just moving to the side now. I see what I'm like. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to be where they are. I walk over.
You just walk over to where they are. Yeah.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Galdrick, it is your turn. Go ahead and roll.
Who's in first place right now?
Right now, Lou is barely in first place, even though she's cheating. You're in second place.
Okay. All right.
Hey, that's exactly what you needed. The sober one, the only one who did not partake in the moonshine, goes ahead and you just see the end. You take a couple little steps and, very delicate steps around the twists and the curves. And sure enough, you find yourself at the end of the race. No problem.
Shit, wait, did I just win?
You just won the race.
Oh, all right. I'm standing there. I just kind of turn around. I'm like, I just want to look at, like, I'm assuming bumbling idiots that are like trying to hold on to the walls while trying to, I'm like, what the
It's a little fast, dude.
you see drunk Lou kind of not understanding the rules, like hop skipping over the lines. And then you see Jake and Slump like down back at the very beginning, basically just rolling around on the races.
I call to the butler.
Yes, sir. This is not really an occasion that you should be contacting. What can I do for you?
Shut
Yes.
the fuck up. Shut up.
Yes.
Listen, you sure these are the people that are supposed to help me save the world?
I mean, it says right here they're the ones you're supposed to meet. But I've got to say it's been. I'll double. You know what? I'll run the numbers again. I'll get back. I'll double check.
This gives me cause for concern as I look at Jake.
You know what? I understand completely. I'll double check it.
What are you looking at?
Would you like a candy? And I hang up on the butler.
All right.
Did I see him talking? You always talking to the sky, right? Like we can hear half your conversation.
Yeah, usually I'm talking out loud.
Yeah.
I wanna use tune in at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Which is a roll plus weird, I believe. Yeah. Exact same number. Okay. What does tune in do?
I can attune your mind to a monster minion person. Roll weird on a 10 plus, hold 3, and I get to ask following questions while acting on answers. It's pretty much like all the shit you normally do for the read a bad sitch.
Okay.
Like I get to be in their brain.
Okay, yeah. So this is technically a success. Basically, the way it works is like on standard, old rules. It's 5 and below is 6 and below is failure, 7 and 9 is mixed, and 10 plus is full. This is below 10 is fail, 10 to 15 is success, and 15 plus is full success.
Okay,
so
I'm in your brain.
Yeah, and
how can I attract your attention? What's the best way to attract your attention?
I don't really know. I've never really thought of the inner workings of Galdrick's actual mind.
Picture of Betty fucking doing the Fortnite dance on your parents' grave. I guess your angel.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
That would probably get your attention.
Yep.
Yeah, probably. Let's see if I hold on a second. Give me.
It's okay. Now I'm gonna give you all 3, and you can just give it to me, and we'll come back. How can I attract its attention, Galdrick? So I want to get your attention in your brain space. Who does it regard as the biggest threat? And what is it planning to do right now?
Okay. Well, first off, the moment you enter my mind, this is really all you hear.
Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh my god.
Slump is immediately looking terrified and just backing away slowly.
Oh my god.
That's what you hear the moment you like tune in. Okay. If you wanted to get my attention,
would that have done it?
I mean,
syncing to the music.
That'll work. I probably, if you did that, I'd like, what the fuck? What were the other 2?
Shit, I already forgot.
What do you regard as the biggest threat?
Yes, and what are you planning? What is it planning to do?
What do I regard? Wait, what is it planning as in it as in me?
Yes, sorry. It's kind of like a collective. Who does it regard as the biggest threat, and what is it planning to do?
Got it. Okay. The biggest threat I would probably say is threat to God. That threat's such an all-encompassing word, huh?
Yeah. Nice and vague, my dude. Have fun.
I would say the one I serve. I leave that as a vagueness,
Got it.
That's what I would consider the biggest threat. And what is he planning to do, or what is it planning to me? Eat. It's been so long since I've had noodles.
Nice.
Okay, God. Once I take a break from the song, Ba, 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 da, da. Hey, Galdrick, you want to get some nudes? Some fucking sloppy nudes?
Dude.
Give me them soupy
turns around and
nudes.
Slump turns around and slaps you before you say that second part, and then points at Lou and says, "Have some respect."
Oh my
I'm pretty
God.
sure I just like crumple on the ground.
Yeah. He folds you like a lawn chair.
6 shots of moonshine into me. I am on the floor.
Lou's still hopscotching. She doesn't even know what happened.
Flashback to the fucking dance bullets. I'm just on the floor going.
Now
I want to look at him and be like, I've had that song stuck in my head for 2,000 years.
Right?
Oh my
And
God.
now that the little like psychological seed has been planted in Slump's mind after he slapped fucking Jake right in the face, I want to turn to Galdrick and sort of like shaking his head in disgust, say,
Wow, what a jerk. Anyways, Mr. Teeny Tot, you want to get some noodles?
I would love some nudes.
Oh,
Let's go for some noodles.
oh, sorry, Mr. Shorp.
Okay. Galdrick, which event would you like to go to?
Oh God, where's this list again?
It is in Discord, and then you just scroll
Okay, I
up
see
a
it, I
little.
see it,
Yeah,
I see it, 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 I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go to the Slap Happy competition.
Okay. You guys are walking around, looking at all the different, events that are going.
No! Fuck you! Blessed hands.
Oh,
I
this
see a sign
old
for
nut.
blessed hands, and I immediately start running towards it.
Okay, so you start like making your way towards Slap Happy, and you're looking at all the events, and they all look fun, and then you see the competition, Blessed Hands. You walk over there, and there you know what it is. Absolutely, you know what it is.
I'm assuming it's a lay on hands competition, but I don't think people would know about that, so I'm assuming I have no idea what it is.
Oh, you know what it is when you see it, because there's this big circular table with a couple dozen boxes on the top with holes in them.
Oh God.
And the way this game is played is that the table is spun and there are 3 boxes in front of you.
Oh my God, is this the game that Slump played with the crazy bitch?
No, this is the one that
played
you
this.
played.
"Yep."
You played
Remember
this
when
last
you
time.
almost died and the guy got fucking stung by some super termite beetle that killed him?
Yeah.
Remember that?
You guys
How
stuck your
fucking
hands in.
high was I during this episode?
No, man. You kept on like saying like you kept on doing this. You do one and then Techsmith would be like, all right, you take 3 harm and your hand feels awful for this and this reason. And then he'd be like, do you want to stop or do the next one? And you're like, fuck it, do the next one. And you were up against, I swear it was a yo-yo boy, and he literally allowed himself to fucking die.
So as you are like reminding Galdrick,
Okay.
I think Slump, you're actually reminding Galdrick about this.
Yep.
And you're reminding him.
Died.
Yeah, you're reminding him this time that Galdrick almost died, and the other guy did. And as soon as you say that, you see that guy. His name was Gork, and he's right here. He's a big, giant miner with a big, bushy beard. He looks basically like Hagrid, except dirtier and rougher. And he's there. It's Gork, the guy you saw die. He's standing there, and he's warming up his hands. He's rubbing his hands together. He's cracking his knuckles, and he's ready to start the Blessed Hands competition.
God. I thought you died.
Yeah, turns out that stuff kind of gets better after Great Day. Who knew, right?
Oh my God. Well, doesn't that just kind of take away the whole point of this game?
I mean, you miss out on the rest of Great Day. I had some other plans. I was gonna do some other stuff, but I died and I missed the rest of Great Day.
Well, then you're fucking dumb. Are
Well,
you ready for round 2?
I'm gonna beat you this time.
Okay.
The rules are different this time.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'll be fine.
Okay. So for everyone who would like to compete.
Why the fuck is my mic going all crazy? Oh, sorry. I know what it is.
Oh. You guys will roll a 1d3 to determine how much damage you take. So for everyone who would like to compete, go ahead and roll a 1d3.
Hold on. Is there like a judge or someone around here?
Nope.
Oh. Okay. Well, like who else is competing? Like I basically want Slump to look at the other competitors and say,
So the rule is that Slump's hand has to go in the box, right? As long as Slump's whole hand is in the box, then Slump is following the rules.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I look at Slump and I kind of want to, I can't tap him on the shoulder, so I climb up his back like a fucking gremlin. And then I get up to where his ear is, and I just kind of want to tap him on the shoulder and go, "We got this."
Yeah, no problem.
except that there's no such thing as a D3.
So you just type
there it
/ roll 1d3
/ it turns out.
or whatever /
Okay, hold on. So, a like weird floppy inflatable tube man version of Jake throws his arm around Lou's shoulder, and when you look at him, it's just like Ditto from Pokemon, just like 2 dots on a line for a face.
Yuck.
Hey, bud.
And he just goes,
Feeling okay?
"Brrr," and you see like there's like a depth of field shot with Jake in the like alley having created this. Is like making a little noise, like sitting down, sort of like rubbing his head, and this Ditto just walks up and stands next to Goldrick, and like it doesn't turn its neck, it turns like its whole torso. Looks at Goldrick, this goes, and then turns back.
Oh my god.
He seems off. I don't know. I'm moonshine.
Can I roll to see if I understand the rules?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a 1d2. Yeah, you understand. You put your hand in the box, it hurts you real bad.
You put the hand in the box, and it hurts you real bad.
And then
Okay.
when you die, you lose. Or if you stop. If you stop putting your hand in the box or you die, you lose.
Hey, Gork.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you again. I've missed you so much. You're such a lovely fellow. I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, Abe.
Now I get to roll advantage because I said something nice.
Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. Okay, so everyone who would like to take part, Slump,
Casper, the friendly Goldrick over here.
I'm really nervous.
Slump, you stick your hand in, and there's no. It's just an empty box. No damage. Totally fine.
I'd like to make one addendum.
Yep.
Slump puts on his door banger and smashes through the box.
Okay, it's an empty box that you obliterate.
All right.
Uh-oh, took a good one off the table. Okay.
Welcome to Break the Game Day. My hand was technically in it as it moved through it at the speed of sound.
And you see Gork stick his big beanie hand in one of these, and you hear the sound of like a food processor,
Oh God.
and his whole body shakes. It's like, and he pulls his hand out, and it is a bloody, chopped up mess.
Oh my
And he-
God. What the fuck, man?
And he's like,
What the
yes, just like last year. All right, Lou, go ahead and stick your hand in a box. You stick your hand in a box.
Does that?
Oh, you
isn't-
roll at advantage. You stick.
just this one time, right? Is that right?
Uh,
you roll like.
I'm not sure what the rule said.
Oh, okay.
So you stick your hand just about in a box, and as it gets close, you kind of hear a food processor warming up. So you take your hand away and you stick it in another box that's completely empty. You take no damage.
Okay, this one's a bad one. Don't go in this one. It's bad.
Good idea. Galdrick, are you sticking your hand in any box?
So
hand,
no, not this go around. Because
Okay.
what I want to do is I want to break it, and I was just gonna ghost hand through the food processor.
Oh, okay. Well, basically this is round 1, and whoever pulls out is out of the competition. So if you're not doing it this round, you're not in the competition, kind of thing.
That's fine. I'll just sit on
Okay.
Slump's shoulder.
Okay.
That's fine.
Jake, are you using Ditto to stick a hand in?
Yes.
All right, roll a 1d3. Okay, so Ditto sticks his hand in. Empty box.
Miss ones. Just miss the whole box.
Okay, so it kind of flops its hand over, misses the box all completely, then it kind of drags its weird floppy noodle arm over the top and sticks it in the hole, and it's completely empty. And you see this look of like supreme disappointment on Gork's face as he realizes he has taken a lot of damage and nobody else took any damage.
Ah, poor Gork.
And the whole table spins, so you don't know which one is which, and it stops. And if you'd like to go again, go ahead, Lou, with your next roll if you want to go. Oh my god, you stick your hand in, and it's an empty box again. And when you take your hand out, you see Gork start to sweat.
This game's easy.
Slump, go ahead. What is going on here? You stick your hand in and it's a completely empty box, and Gork starts to sweat profusely. Gork sticks his hand in and gets literally the worst option.
Oh my god.
You see him stick his hand in, and you hear like a bear trap sound, and then it sounds like drills. And then the box explodes.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And you see him stand there with basically one finger attached to half a palm. And he's like, oh, it's a lot like last year. And Jake, go ahead and roll for Ditto's hand. And your Ditto kind of like slops its hand around until finally it finds the hole. And then you guys hear that bear trap snapping shut sound. You hear the drills, and the box explodes, and your Ditto takes 8 damage.
So it doesn't respond until all the noise stops, and then its head hinges open like a Muppet with like at the top jaw.
Oh my god.
And then you just hear actual Jake from like the alley like 20 meters away go, ow!
That's a terrifying image. Okay, and then the boxes all spin, and it's time to go again. Lou, go ahead and stick your hand in a box.
Lou says to Gork, "You played so well and you were so brave to do it again after such a scary year last year."
I feel like you ate one of the advantage candies.
No.
Some candies, and I wanna offer him a candy.
Oh my god. Okay, with advantage, you like stick your hand over a box, you hear something mean in there. So you move your hand, stick it into a completely empty box, no damage for the third time in a row. And Gork's like, uh-oh. And he says, maybe I'll take one of those candies. He asks for, and you got any of those, rainbow hand ones?
I don't, I kind of like want to look in, and I guess I'll look for it, and if I find one, I'll give one to him.
Yep. Okay. You give him one.
Here you go.
And he pops it into his, like, those are actually pretty good. And then
He heals to full.
he heals to full. His hand grows back. No, not that. Okay, and next is Slump. It's your turn.
Oh no.
Okay, so you find a box. You stick your hand in, and it feels like what am I thinking of? It's like when you use your fingers to give like one of those nasty burner pinches kind of thing. Where you just kind of squeeze your fingers together and it pinches the skin really bad.
Yep.
It feels like that, but then it pulls the skin off.
Except he smashed it with a door banger.
Well, this is a new box. Oh, are you doing that to every box?
Literally all these empty boxes, he's just been smashing with a fucking door
okay.
banger.
Slump just wins the competition. He's not going to take any damage.
No. Well, like, basically, I'm totally fine with him being disqualified. No, actually, you know what? No, I won't say that. I'll say that because the way that I actually had it envisioned in my mind was that he'd be standing there with door banger on 2 of his arms.
Yeah.
Like thinking that he's going in there, and he thinks it's fun the idea of slamming. He slammed his right fist into the first box, his
Okay,
left
yep.
fist into the next box.
Yep.
But his fungus arms, he doesn't have door bangers on.
Okay, yeah.
So he thinks he does, and he just carefully like watch this idiot, and just slams his fungus fist into the fucking thing, and I'll say it just rips all the skin off. He goes, he just rips his hand out, like, horrified and not understanding that he didn't have a fucking door banger on.
Little patches of skin are torn off with the fungus showing underneath. You take 4 damage minus 1 for your monstrous stuff, so you take 3 damage.
All right.
And Gork, seeing finally literally anyone else take damage, like finally he's like, okay, maybe I got a chance. you guys are a bunch of cheaters. And because he said something mean, he rolls at disadvantage.
Did he just call us a bunch of cheaters?
He sure did.
I shoot him in the head.
Oh my god. You go to shoot him in the head, and as you're like getting your gun ready and you're loading the bullet and you're kind of lining up at his head, he sticks his hand in literally the worst box, and it just kind of yanks his whole arm into the box.
Oh my
and you hear
God.
like chainsaws go off, and he pulls out a bone, just a stump. The whole arm is gone. His face drains of blood, and he falls over unconscious, dead.
I shoot him anyways.
You shoot his dead body.
After Galdrick does that, Slump cannibalizes his body. Gotta get that health back.
Okay, and you heal back up to freaking full. And now no one has taken any damage.
Fantastic.
And everyone else just backs up out of the competition, and the 3 of you win. Because none of you have taken any damage, and it'll take a million years for us to finish this competition. So they walk around, they hand you 3 gold medals to all of you.
Looking disgusted at the mess left behind.
Literally all of you are unscathed except for the dead, horrific, chewed up, mangled body of Gork, who has met his fate at the 2nd great day in a row.
Do you guys think that Gork is going to recover from the eating part because it wasn't super Great Day related? What do you think? He's
I'm sure he'll
probably
be
going to be fine, right? He's probably fine.
I'm sure he'll
If
be
he
fine.
is, Slump will eat him next year too.
Oh my god! He exists for one purpose, to die and be eaten every year.
Slump's once a year treat.
Oh my god. Okay.
Was Gork the first guy that we saw in the noodle shop?
That's right. He was the first guy you met at the noodle shop the first time you went there.
So dead.
Yep. Okay. Next, I will let you all kind of decide. Why don't you guys discuss which one you'd like to go to next?
I have an important question.
Yep.
Does
What's up, Slump?
Does Slump see Birdie at anywhere?
Oh, you did. You saw Birdie. I mean, you don't know the name of the competition necessarily. You saw Birdie sitting next to all the bowls of chili, and then you see that it's called the fire eating competition.
Oh yeah, that's where Slump wants to go.
Yeah, I could eat.
The Ditto version just sort of like wanders around, like meanders after the group. But it always takes like a weird wide berth, and every time it takes a turn, like the top half of its body like sags in that direction.
That's really unsettling.
You hear from like 20 yards away, I'm coming!
Okay, you guys go to this big long table that has 4 bowls of chili kind of lined up. Like, you sit down and there's a bowl of chili right in front of you, and then behind that is another bowl of chili, and behind that, so there's 4 bowls kind of in a line. You get the idea. You have to eat the bowl of chili right in front of you. Once that's done, you eat the next bowl and the next bowl and the next bowl, and basically you're going to make a tough roll for each bowl that you eat, and they get progressively hotter and hotter and hotter. Whew. And Slump, as you sit down next to Birdie, She's like, hey, howdy, partner. It's been a long time since I seen you.
Hi, Burby dog.
I remember you blew up my leg real good.
Are you ready to have some owie mouth dog soup?
I love some owie mouth dog soup. You want some firecrackers? She pulls out a handful, and these are dangerous. These are like, the last ones you saw were like packed full of too much gunpowder, and these look like they are horribly patched together. They're leaking gunpowder everywhere. They've got a couple wicks. One is actually lit right now. Here you go, have fun with these.
Okay.
And I want Slump to is D20 gonna work here? I want Slump to throw the lit one in his mouth.
Okay.
And you can give me the roll to make to decide how much damage it does to Slump's fucking mouth. Like,
Okay.
does he clamp down hard enough to neutralize it, or just blow all of his teeth out of his head?
All right, roll a d10, 5 and below, or I guess roll a d20, whichever one. Basically, it's going to be a 50-50 shot. Less than 50, and it goes bad. Oh boy.
Oh, God.
So I think you toss this lit firecracker into your mouth, and you think you feel like a pop, and you're like, hey, that wasn't so bad. So you kind of open your mouth to smile. Like, you just open your mouth in a big toothy smile, but then it blows up and it literally explodes your teeth out the front of your face, and just like shards of teeth get launched at Birdie's face.
I want Slump to sit there like expressionless for a minute, and then just
Literally
spitting teeth everywhere.
She does the exact same thing. Like, your mouth explodes onto her face, and she has absolutely no reaction. And you guys stand there just staring at each other until you both just burst out laughing like crazy.
Best friends.
Best friends. And okay, so for everyone eating a bowl of chili, roll plus tough. Roll a d20 plus your tough.
Just gonna see if I understand.
Oh yeah, roll to see if you understand the rules. You have no idea what's going on. It's just a bunch of food on a table.
I'm just gonna stay right on Slump's shoulder.
First.
What was that?
I'm just staying right on Slump's shoulder. I'm like, nope, nope.
Jake, you dive into that first bowl, and you figure, since this is the starter bowl, it can't be that bad. And like, you bite into a whole like ghost pepper or something like that, and you suddenly realize this is not a game for children. This is not a game for the faint of heart. This is not a game for people with taste buds. And it literally just incinerates the entire interior of your mouth.
No.
Yeah, ditto Jake just sort of like hinges at the jaw again.
Oh yeah.
And then it doesn't come from like human Jake this time.
Yeah.
It hinges back and just goes,
Oh my god.
and starts deflating.
Slump is just clapping vaguely.
I think it's a chili making competition. And I start trying to add the bowls together because I don't have any other ingredients.
Yeah, you guys see Lou like organize all the bowls in front of her, like in like a little square, and then like spooning tables of the different ones into each other bowl.
There we go. And a little bit of this. Oh, a touch of that, maybe.
Who else is taking part? I guess it's just
Slump.
Slump. Roll plus tough.
Come on, roll 20. Nope, maybe not. Can you give me D20 plus 3?
Plus 3. Hey, yep. You eat this. You got a 15.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And you take this, and this is a spicy bowl of chili. This was not what you were expecting. They do not start off easy, and you feel like you just barely stomach this one. It is so bloody hot that you kind of have to struggle to get this one down.
Okay.
And then Birdie, who literally doesn't have taste buds anymore, takes a bowl And then I guess just projectile vomits everywhere.
As soon as she does it, I want Slump to like smack her in the shoulder, like probably way too hard.
Yeah.
And then go, watch, Slump saw this in a movie one time. And I want him to snort up her chili puke.
Okay, that's awful.
He's gonna snort a line of it.
Okay, and then Slump dies forever and never comes back. So the only one left in the competition is Lou, who hasn't eaten anything, and I guess is disqualified. And Slump, I guess you win, but you can go ahead and keep eating if you'd like to see just how much of this chili you can try to keep down.
No, Slump's gonna take his medal.
Okay.
That's enough damage for one fucking game.
Yeah, okay. And Slump gets another gold medal slung around his shoulders for winning the chili competition. And you can see Birdie goes and grabs the next bowl of chili. Having lost, competition's over, everyone's walking away. Birdie grabs the next bowl of chili, shoves it in her mouth, and pukes all over the place and screams and cries and falls off her chair and starts throwing firecrackers around for absolutely no reason. And they're way too powerful to be thrown around like this, so they're like breaking chairs and knocking people over. Okay, what other event would you guys like to go to?
Hey, what's that place over there? It says House of the Creator. Does that look good to any of you guys?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, you guys to House of the Creator, and this one is going to be either long or short depending on what you guys do. There is no competition here. It is a big warehouse with almost every tool and resource you can imagine. The idea here is to just make a cool gift for each other. We'll just go in turn. You decide what you make for any other players, as many or as few as you'd like. This is just literally a place to mimic the creator and create something and give it as a gift for Great Day.
Oh.
So let's go.
Anything we want.
Anything we want. I was gonna start with you, Galdrick, and now I'm immediately terrified.
Anything we want. Like we just have the powers of God.
You basically have the powers of God in here. And the way you say that makes me so terrified.
And anime.
You have the powers of God and anime in here.
Oh, that's too much.
It's you immediately get the sense that there's too much power in here. And as you think about this in that tone of voice that you're thinking about this, you feel like maybe the creator is second guessing their idea behind this.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. They should be. All right. Well, okay, let's see. All right, I make Jake I make Jake a Dauntless.
Okay.
You know, like the one that was in the space.
Yeah, like you make him a giant dreadnought spaceship.
The giant dreadnought. Yeah, the giant dreadnought. I make him a dreadnought. I make Slump a cloning machine, but it's more of like a hive mind clone machine. So each clone he makes of himself is a duplicate that he controls with his own mind. It's hive mind status.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I give Lou back all her power. I give Lou all the power that oh my god, why can't I think of asshole's name?
Volos.
I give all of Volos's power to Lou, and now Volos is powerless, and I give Jake a grenade.
Okay, great. That's okay. Awesome. So Jake got Jake got a Dauntless and a grenade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay.
Good day for Jake.
Okay. Didn't. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Jake, what do you make?
Okay, I don't do any of that, and I want to.
What?
I mean, go ahead. No, that's fine. You can make that all. It's all going to disappear after Great Day because the powers of the creator only extend as far as Great Day. For Great Day, Jake, you have a Dauntless and a grenade. Slump, there's 50 of you, and you all have a hive mind. And Lou, you're now Volos.
Stop talking. You're still talking when I'm talking. Okay, listen. What I want to do is I don't want to do any of that. I want to make something that lasts. Okay, and I want to go into my little hidey hole. Okay, and I want to work on something while everyone else works on something.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be a permanent thing.
That seems
Okay.
crazy that you get to
Permanent.
make that decision. That seems
Permanent.
crazy that
Permanent. Look at
you
me.
get to
This
make
is
that
when
decision.
I'm looking at you in the eyes and I'm doing the 2 fingers. Look
Yeah,
at me.
I'm looking
look
at you. I'm looking right at you.
And This
Uh-huh.
is when I say
Yeah.
I'm gonna break your game, but
Uh-huh.
you can trust me not to break the game.
Okay. I guess due to the great gifts of power and God and anime,
Okay.
you feel like you can make something that will be permanent.
I'm gonna make one object. That's gonna be
Okay.
permanent. One object.
Okay.
One.
I am so
That's it.
terrified. I don't know
Okay,
why
one.
I
Okay.
agree to any of this.
I love you so much
Oh
on
my
so many
God.
different levels. It's the music. That's what it is. Okay. All right.
All right.
And I get to work. I want to like be sweating, constantly rubbing my brow. I want to get like wrenches and a fucking blowtorch. You
Yeah.
just see me go into town over here.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Whenever
he comes
they
here,
look
I
at
just
you-
scream at him. Get away!
The camera only ever sees you like from the bridge of the nose up at your eyes kind of thing, as flashes kind of light up your face a little bit and that look of intensity kind of thing.
Yes.
And what is
right.
it doing? Sorry.
He's making something that's going to be permanent, and I'm
Okay.
terrified and having faith that he won't break my game any more than having an infinite supply of Great Day candies.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen, that one was on you. Okay.
No, I take ownership of that one. That one is on me. Jake, what are you making here?
So I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 friendship bracelets,
Okay.
and they're all kind of shitty,
Yeah.
but I think it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, they can tell that you cared a lot when you made them.
And they all just say best friend squad, but in like the shitty like D6 things, but with like the letter etched into the face. And there's like little randomly colored beads between as like spaces.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And then I'd like to make Goldrick a pair of sexy like smoldery eyes.
Oh wow.
I want to make Lou a scarf
Yep.
that
I
has
need one of
little wrenches and oil cans on it.
Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
nice.
And I want to make Slump some wrist straps that have little itty bitty chickens on them.
Did you say a little bitty wrist strap that has chickens on them?
Oh, like lifting straps for under, like, so you don't blow your wrists up with your door bangers that have little chickens, little chicks, like,
I love it. Purely decorative, right?
yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
that is
right.
all.
I have finished.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What have you made?
Okay. I wanna turn around. And I wanna say, Jake, I made you something, pal.
What?
Yeah, I made you something.
All right, that's nice.
Okay, come here, check it out. Okay, I hope
Okay.
it works.
I maybe do also. I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, now one of two things is gonna happen. Either one, it's gonna work perfectly because the creator, and I want to point up towards Techsmith 314, will approve it, or two, it will explode and kill us both.
All right.
on, open
Sure.
Oh boy.
Those are my kind of odds, I guess.
It's a little it looks like perfectly. It looks like a Tupperware container that you would put like the sandwich in, like the Tupperware that's shaped like bread. It's the Tupperware that's shaped like bread.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's all it is. And what I wanted to do is whenever he opens it, it will always have a perfectly made PB&J inside of it.
Oh, fuck you. That's good.
Ah.
That's so good.
All
I
right.
thought my things were thoughtful. Yours is very nice.
It always has the fluffiest bread, the sweetest, creamy peanut butter. It's just a perfect
Oh,
PB&J
man.
every time he opens it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's too good not to allow. You have the Tupperware of infinite PB&J.
I'm writing this shit down.
Yeah,
There
write
you
that
go,
down.
man. I know I shoot you a lot because you're a fucking smart ass and I make you dance all the time. And I just wanted you to know that I appreciate you.
I open it and there's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in it. And I don't know if I know it's infinite yet.
Yeah.
Unless did you explain the whole thing, or is it just a thing with peanut butter and jelly sandwich in it?
I'll probably say, here, check this out. And I want to take the PB&J out of it. And I want to take one bite out of it. And then I want to throw the other like right in the Slump's mouth, who I assume is 50 feet away.
Yeah.
And then I want to say, now close it. Now close it and open it.
Okay, yeah, like kind of like pensive. I close it, look at Goldrick, look around to Lou for like confirmation, open it back up. And when I open it back up and it fucking dawns on me, I think I'm just gonna start crying. I think Jake just starts crying. I was kind of worried at first, man.
Here you go, man.
Sweetest thing anyone's ever heard me.
Oh God. Okay. All right. It's just a PB&J, man.
As he's like crying and Galdrick is like trying to be sort of comforting, all you hear is like as Slump drags his chair a little further away. He's like sliding in his chair to just move a little further away from Jake.
At first I thought you were crying too.
Oh man. All right. Oh, sorry, my eyes are all wet. Hold on.
It's all good,
Once
man.
I get the grasp on it, I'll like take a bite. It's probably fucking delicious. Then I'm gonna do the thing he did right is like yuck it into the crowd and close it and open it again just to make sure there's another one.
Yeah,
And then I'm just
there
gonna
is,
give
yeah.
Galdrick a big hug.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. Enjoy.
Thanks, man. Please stop shooting me. I'd really appreciate that.
I can't. I'm not gonna make that promise.
Nah, I kind of figured. That's all right. I mean, this gets you halfway there. Thanks, man.
Okay, cool. I'll take it.
I made you these eyeballs and a friendship bracelet.
Eyeballs and a friendship bracelet. What the fuck? Oh my God! I want to put one of the crazy sexy eyes in.
No.
And
yeah.
the other one, my perception eye.
Yeah, that's real bad.
It's like the
Boy.
permanent like Flynn Rider smolder.
I hate the idea of one of those and one giant piercing staring eye. That's real bad.
Okay, I'll put in both smoldering, and I want to look at Lou. Hey,
Oh,
how you doing?
that's nice. You got a nice face. Good job with your face.
Thank you.
different?
I have a question.
What's up?
Do you know where Tech's mom is?
I don't know who you're referring to in character, so
Oh, right,
I'm
sorry.
safe from the rest of this
Sorry.
interaction, I guess.
Yeah. No. Good call. I know. I'll write it down. I take 1 damage.
Thank you.
Oh, your finger
A
fell
small
off.
aneurysm.
Oh, no.
Lou, what would you like to make?
I spent this whole time making a sculpture out of clay of the four of us on the ship. And then we're just kind of standing on top of the ship. And I hold it up proudly to the group. But here's the thing. It's not good. It's not very good. So it kind of just makes everyone uncomfortable, I think.
I want
This
no.
is us.
I want Slump to like pushes this chair back, and I want him to like very, very gently rest his gigantic meaty hand on Lou's shoulder and say,
I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, love. Thank you, buddy.
Look at it. It's perfect.
and I want him to pick it up and go like,
we gotta put it in the cockpit. We gotta put it in the ship.
We gotta.
We have to. It's perfect.
Is the ship exploded?
It got put back together. It's great day. It's great day. There's no such thing as loss on great day.
Yeah.
Thanks, love.
Yeah.
You get the feeling that Tom and Betty and Arinda are probably building the ship back. You just know that. It's a great day.
beautiful
You can tell they're rebuilding it through the power of magic and anime. Slump, what are you making?
I'm trying to think. I know the items that I want to make, but I'm trying to think of a way to make their implementation fair.
If you want, you can always make them and we can iron out, like, if there are things
Sure.
that are going to have mechanics, we can always iron out the mechanics afterwards.
No, you know what? I like this. I like this. Slump said, and this, don't worry, this will all make sense in a minute. Slump says,
Hey, Foley dog.
And
Slump wants to make a deal.
you see the portal open up, and you see Volos on the other side, like exhausted. Like he looks like he's on death's door. He says,
Oh,
Yes, you want to make a deal. What's wrong, Mr. Foley Dog? Oh, it's nothing. I was just, out for a jog, and I'm trying to build up my cardio. Oh, okay. Well, Slump wants to give some little trinkets to his friends, but Slump wants you to make them a little bit special. And Slump will say that if you do it, then Slump will say every day when Slump wakes up, it's as though you can roll a d20. And if you roll above a 10, then you can pick one turn in that day that Slump rolls and you take a -1 from that roll. Imagine metaphorically.
My nose bleeds.
But you can tell you what, you can wait and see what Slump's trinkets are and you can decide if that's fair. Oh, all right. You know what? Let's hear what you want to have made. Okay. Slump will just put you on hold for a minute, okay? And then you can watch. Okay. I mean, the hold's not really great for me. It's kind of an awkward situation for me to be in. Is it? I'll just sit here then.
Thank you for holding.
Oh.
Please continue to wait.
Oh, this is bad.
Your call is important to us,
Oh,
and
no,
it will be
this is-
answered in the order that it was received.
Oh God.
I look over at Jake and I go, "Is this Mulan?"
www.slump.net. Please visit.
What the fuck just happened?
Okay, so
Can we all see Volos?
Did y'all
For-
hear that?
so I want Slump to basically pull the. I imagine that because this is like the creator's power, and Slump would never have the manipulative dexterity to actually make anything.
Mhm.
I'll say that he sort of like willed these things into creation. So here's what Slump had in mind, and you can decide if this is in keeping with the lore. So first thing is Slump would give to Jake what looks at first to be a kind of a banged up, scratched up looking butter knife.
Mhm.
But upon closer inspection, you realize that it is absolutely featherweight. It weighs nothing. And it has a really, really nice ergonomic handle, like one of those gel ones that kind of molds to the
Ooh,
shape
yeah,
of your
yeah,
hand, and it's
yeah.
perfect.
Ooh.
And the blade is slightly serrated on one side and then perfectly smoothed and rounded on the other. And you realize that it is the perfect peanut butter spreading knife. And my idea is that if Jake ever remembers to eat a piece of bread or a sandwich that he has used this knife to spread it on, he'll get +1 whenever he does a super ninja wizard move. What the fuck is it? Super wizard?
Yeah, super wizard.
Yeah, whenever he does a super wizard
karate
thing,
wizard.
he'll get a +1 to his roll. So if he rolls a d20 and he gets a 13, then this makes it a 14.
So basically, you're giving him the option to go from super wizard to super peanut butter wizard.
Or super wizard to super wizard plus lucky peanut butter knife.
Plus super lucky peanut butter knife wizard.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So that would be Jake's or the alternative. Actually, you know what? And this might even make more sense because super wizard abilities are pretty fucking intense. So instead, and this was what I initially thought. Maybe we'll say it's +1 when he uses the kick-ass karate belt.
Okay, sure.
And we'll say it's the perfect balance of fucking protein and easily digestible carbs to give him a sugar rush or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That I'm super down with. If you
Okay.
use the knife
Yep.
to make yourself a sandwich,
Yep.
then you eat that sandwich,
Yep.
you get +1 to your karate wizard moves.
Yeah. Only the first one. Only the first ability.
The first karate wizard move. So
Yep,
you
exactly.
wanna arcane karate chop someone, you'll get +1 to that.
Yeah, and that's only if you remember to eat the sandwich or the piece
Yeah.
of bread or whatever before you do the attack. No retconning.
I love it. Yeah. I like that.
So that's the one for Jake.
Yep.
So Slump will like plop that delicately in his hands.
Yep.
And for Lou, Slump would give her something that looks kind of like a bit of a dirtier, like it's been sitting in his pocket for a long time, version of the ivory comb from like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or the jade comb rather.
Oh yeah.
It looks very similar, but when you run it through your hair, you notice that the tongs are perfectly spaced and completely smooth, and it can completely unknot your hair with one stroke. And when you do that, if you do that before combat, then you will get +1 to like your use magic ability.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be big magic, but it'll be your first use magic ability. You'll get +1.
Yep.
And so he like rests that comb delicately in her hand. And then for Galdrick, he hands what looks like 2 Nokia phones, and they are like indestructible. Like they are completely indestructible, and they're like the old fucking the ones that you'd see in a 1980s Jackie Chan movie, the big fucking fuck off phones.
Yeah.
And he hands Galdrick 2. One of them is just a block. Like you can't even open it. Or I'll say you can open it and it looks very realistic, but it is completely non-functional. It's just fucking like lead on the inside. And the second one is perfectly designed in such a way that it sort of distorts your ability to gauge its size, because its purpose is to hold Galdrick's pistol, so that at any point Galdrick can pull out what looks like a Nokia cell phone, and no one, including the party members, including Slump, because the 2 cell phones look so indistinguishable, will be able to tell if it's the fucking fake brick phone or if it's his gun. And the idea is that when he's in combat, it will add +1 to his first gun-related ability use.
Okay, you know what? I think I love this idea so much that I'll tweak it a bit. Let me know if you're down with this.
Sure.
If you have the phone out, like before combat starts, you get advantage on your first attack, as it's kind of like a surprise.
Yes.
Because nobody knew that it was a gun.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Perfect.
Yeah. So if you're using the phone, the phone gun, when combat starts, you get to roll your first attack at advantage as kind of a surprise.
And I take it you explain all this to me, or am I just like, thanks for the phone?
I'll say Slump whispers it to him and then like winks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
And
Thank you so much, Slump.
I want to try it out immediately, and I kind of want to get out my Nokia phone.
Yeah.
The gun, the Nokia gun.
The Nokia gun. Yep, perfect. I do like that we're using real brands that could like hold legal action against me. This is great.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I mean,
Disney's
what does
stupid.
Nokia make
So
now? Come on, free advertising. Enjoy it, Nokia.
Yeah. And I want to look at Jake and I'm like, look, my phone's older than yours.
Yeah. All right.
I'm more retro than you are.
That's pretty rad, dude.
And I want to shoot him with a dancing bullet.
Okay. And I think it just happens. It just works. You nail him, and Jake starts a dancing. What's the tune? Oh boy.
Yeah. I definitely just like, I'm sitting down finishing like tying off the last of the friendship bracelets, and it just hits me in the gut, and I double over and like fall off my stool, and beads fly everywhere, and everyone hears the fucking Nico March, and I just start doing the little
God.
like da, 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 da.
Oh my God.
And then I like bounce my hips up and down. Da, 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 da.
Oh my God.
Are we doing the moon shimmy again? Okay, we could do that.
It hurts.
Okay. Now.
So do I have this magic peanut butter knife now?
Yeah, you just have it.
Put it in your hands.
And I think like as Volos kind of enchants these, he kind of turns to you, Slump. And it seems almost like he's gaining a bit of energy as you've made this deal. And he says,
Oh, thank you, Slump. That's just fantastic. I I don't know what I would have done without this little deal of ours. Now, you do remember that every once in a while, I'm just going to take a little bit off the top, right? Well, that's a weird way to word that. I'm just saying, every once in a while, I'm just going to get a little bit of you. That's all right, right? I don't know that that's okay.
That sounds weird.
I think this is an acceptable deal, Slump. Thank you so much for having made this deal with me.
Can I see Volos?
That's
Okay.
That's weird.
Well,
Does Volos look extremely weak right now? Can I shoot him and kill him?
Kind of trying to do something nice. Slump kind of wishes he hadn't done that at all. Oh, it's a great day for Volos.
We'll shoot Volos with a dancing bullet.
Da 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 da. You're not supposed to enjoy it. Not supposed to enjoy it, Foley Dog. It's a punishment. It's not an enjoyment thing.
Okay, yeah, now the portal closes and Volos leaves a little bit.
Wait, buddy!
I'm sorry. Did you want something?
Yep, here, hold on. I hold out
Okay.
one of the friendship bracelets because I made 7.
Wait. This one's for me?
Yeah, dude, it's been a minute, and I know you're like all weird and spooky, but you always been straight by me, so here you go.
Thank you so much, Jake. I've always considered us friends. This means so much to me.
Heck yeah, dude.
I'll
Part of the
tell
best
you
friends
what.
gang.
Next time we make a deal, I'll go easy on you. How does that sound?
Works for me, Chief. Have a good one, dude.
Thank you so much. Dickhead. What the fuck, dickhead? You didn't give me anything, Slump. Well, no, hold on. Just no. I heard it.
Wow.
I heard it.
No, that's fine. No.
No, hold on.
Wow.
No, I didn't
No.
mean that. No.
Wow. I
Friendship
can't believe
over.
that.
No, we just.
I can't
oh,
believe
come
that.
on.
I kind of want to be like a defensive mother, like consoling Slump. Like, I cannot believe you. Like one hand on the chest, one hand like comforting his head. I cannot believe you. I cannot believe you. Yeah, I know. I told you not to play with them. I told everybody not to play with them. This is what I keep saying, but nobody believes me.
Come on now.
No.
If I gave you a couple eyeballs, would that make you feel better?
Wait, what was this offer?
What?
I'll give you a couple eyeballs. What if I gave you one of Jake's eyeballs?
No.
No, wait, Jake just gave me. No, hold on, just a sec. How
You're
about
just
one
the
of Lou's?
worst influence
Just a
ever.
sec.
I need
I'll
those.
take-
No, not a stop it
I'll
there.
give you one of Lou's eyeballs. Would that make you feel better?
Yes,
No!
blue ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Lou, I'm gonna need one of those eyeballies you got there.
Nah.
Well, you know what I do is I scoop one of my eyes out of the clay sculpture and I hand it to Folo.
Oh, that's a really lame technicality. Just by the way, that's super lame. Super not cool, Lou. Really not a fan of that.
Good.
All right.
Thanks to you.
Here you go, Slump. Here's one of Lou's stupid eyeballs. I wasn't specific enough. She bad genied me, Slump. I don't know what to say.
Dumbass.
I'll be more specific next time. Thanks.
And he closes the portal and he's gone.
Ugh, hate that guy.
So then I think as you guys have been enjoying the many different booths, you start to realize that it's getting late in the day. And
I run to the Lucky Lake.
Thank God.
okay, I'm only going to let you do this because I really, really, really wanted you guys to go to the Lucky Lake.
I run to the Lucky Lake.
Okay.
Run.
Slump literally steps on Galdrick to go over him to get there faster.
Okay, perfect. This is good. We may run just a little tiny bit late. If you have to go, feel free to go. But because I do want to do the Lucky Lake. So you guys, I'm gonna need to open up a new document for this. You've activated my trap card. It's not my trap card. You guys walk up to the Lucky Lake, and you see a big propped up backdrop that looks like a beautiful lake with bulrushes and a boat out on the painting. To the side of the backdrop is a wooden table with some big cheesy fake fishing poles, basically like big long rectangular dowels with a handle and a long piece of string on the end. And there's a kind of handsome gentleman on the other side of the table, and he's got a big wide smile and his teeth glisten just ever so slightly more than teeth should. And as you walk up, he says, "Top of the morning to you folks. Can I interest you in a bit of fishing?"
This is inside of a tent or
This is just out in the open. There's just a big fishing backdrop propped up with a table beside it, and there's this guy standing on the other side of the table.
Okay, Slump says,
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah, I could fish. Yeah.
Well, now this is going to be pretty easy. You just pick up a fishing pole here, and you toss it over the back, and you pull an item over to your side. Basically, you're gonna have to try to tell me what you think you've got on the other side of the line. I'll try to give you something that kind of fits with that.
Okay.
That sound pretty good to you?
Slump throws a fishing pole over the backdrop and says,
Phoenix ring.
Oh shoot! I think we're just fresh out of those. Good try. Like the effort there, Mr. Slump. That's excellent try. And all right, well, you've got the idea. That's pretty much the idea, right like that. And I'll you guys just stand here, toss the lines over, and tell me what you think you got.
I totally get what's going on.
Okay. So essentially, I can just wish for anything I fucking want.
Well, you wish for what you want, and you get something that most closely fits that description from a list of items that I have.
God. Okay.
Okay.
Can you give me a range of like what we're talking about here? Like Phoenix ring, are they going to be like magical items that I can go for?
Yeah.
I wonder if this is like, should I? Oh, I found my other revolver, or I think I have a boot. Like,
I mean, basically, no matter, you could guess both of those, and I'll give you something from this that kind of matches either one of those. So you're not really going to get what you want to get, but I'm going to use the weight and size and utility and texture of whatever you describe to help me pick through these list of items.
I love that.
It's not going to be a great fit, and I don't have infinite items here, but it's just a fun way of doing this. So why don't we start with Slump? Slump, you toss your line over, you say Phoenix ring, and from behind the backdrop. So the guy, he's got a name tag that says Larry on it. Larry goes.
I'll say he doesn't. I'll say Slump doesn't actually do that.
Well, he just says nice try again kind of thing.
Oh, I see. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, he kind of walks back there. You say Phoenix ring, and he's like, "Oh, nice try, Mr. Slump, but I think we're all fresh out of those. Maybe something else."
Okay. I will say that Slump. So I want Slump to like toss the line over.
Yeah.
And Slump will say,
Hook it onto the heaviest thing you got back there.
Ooh.
"Yeah." So going by weight and whatever's like the biggest, heaviest thing you can possibly lift over.
Okay, hold on now. The heaviest. Okay, I know what it is. And let me go get the actual. You're gonna like this too. You kind of feel something heavy on the end, like you go to pull, and it feels like it's probably 15 pounds on the other end. Feels heavy, and you give it a nice big yank, and you pull up a bone, like a dog bone. So it's just like a bone with the knobs on either end, except that the knobs are fists, and you hear from behind the thing, you hear Larry say, "Oh, it looks like what you fished up there is a fist bone. This is quite an interesting little item. It's a bone, but when you throw it, it'll cause the mighty fist Borkius to chase after it, and it'll run into your opponent and deal a little bit of damage from it. It's kind of like a ranged attack and then the bone will come back to you after
As he's getting towards the end of the explanation, I want Slump to turn around and throw it at the center of Galdrick's face as hard as he can.
Okay. As you throw this bone at Galdrick's face, it starts hurling through the air, and then this like demonic screaming portal opens up behind the bone.
Oh my god.
And this kind of it looks kind of like a Jack Russell Terrier, like Wishbone.
Yep.
Except instead of a head, it's got a giant fist.
What the fuck?
And this dog with a fist for a head comes flying through the air and smashes into Galdrick and deals 6 harm.
Oh, no.
And Galdrick, you get absolutely obliterated by the mighty demonic fist Borkius.
Slump is literally like on the ground, pounding the ground with his fist, like crying with laughter. Just
and
weeping with laughter.
After Fist Borkius like just annihilates Galdrick, it picks up the bone and brings it back to you. It puts it in your hand, and then it just kind of vanishes through the portal.
I want Slump to hurl it at Galdrick's face again, except at the last second he doesn't actually let go of the bone. He like pops it in his pocket and goes, "I fooled you."
And you feel like it's got a bit of a cooldown, and you can throw it again, and it'll deal 1 damage just by throwing a big heavy bone at someone's head.
It'll do damage just by throwing the bone at someone's head.
You can deal 1 damage just by throwing the bone at someone's head. It's like like you could throw anything at somebody, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, once every narrative beat, it'll summon Fist Borkius, the demonic fist dog, and just obliterate someone for 6 harm.
Okay, sick.
Lou, it's your turn.
I toss the line into the area.
It's wriggling. Do you have actual fish back there?
Okay, so. Okay. Interesting. Ooh. So what you feel wriggling, you kind of, okay, so this, this best fits a slippery, slimy, wriggling fish. You yank it back, and what you see hooked on the end is a beating, bloody, fleshy heart.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right. What looks like you've got there is the hearty heart, and when you crush it or stomp it or smash it, it'll give you a +5 to your maximum health for until you're out of combat.
Oh wow! Until I'm out of combat, and then once I'm out, I lose that.
You lose that, and definitely the smashed heart's going to be no good.
Okay, that's fair. That's very gross. Do you have like a Ziploc baggie, maybe like a little carrying?
It's weird. It's like flesh to heart contact's important to really build the bond.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're gonna have to really hold on to it. Maybe a pocket at worst, but it's got to really be a lot of flesh contact.
That's fine. I put it on my sleeve.
I want to take the thing and I want to zip it over. I want to say, give me the hardest thing you got.
Ooh.
And I put it in the smoldering eyes.
Oh God. And Larry just kind of comes walking out from behind, and he's wearing tight leather everything. He's like, I've got it right here. And then he walks back behind the the hardest thing. Okay. Okay, that one's pretty good. Let's see, is there another one that's even better? Hardest. That's an interesting one. Okay. You pull over something that is very small. Like you don't, he kind of like tugs on the line, but you don't feel anything. So he tugs in. He's like, all right, you can just pull it over. I've got it on there. It's pretty small. And
I don't move.
what?
I wait. I'm like, come on. I don't feel anything.
No, it's already on there. It's kind of light, but you're just gonna have to pull it over. Just trust me. And you pull over a necklace, and on the end of the you've now run out of line, and and it's a necklace with a little silver egg hanging on the chain.
I immediately hide it from Slump before you continue.
Good thinking.
And this egg can be used as a luck. It makes your roll an immediate natural 20, but then the egg hatches into an ephemeral gold chicken that flies away. So it's got one use for a luck.
Okay, I definitely could use that.
That's so good.
I know you're the one who's burned through most of your luck.
Well, it's not my fault you keep fucking taking it.
That's true. And next is Jake. Jake, what does it feel like you got on the end of the line?
So I just choose an object that I already have, or just choose any object?
Anything. Doesn't even have to be an object. Can literally just be a description. I feel like I've got the color pink on the other side. Just literally anything.
I feel like I have friendship on the other side.
Ooh. Okay. Friendship.
That's fucking dumb.
Fucking loser.
Wow.
Fucking idiot.
Fucking moron.
I just made you all fucking bracelets. You not wearing your bracelets?
I immediately put on the bracelet, and I'm like,
Bracelet check. I hold up my bracelet. It says best friends gang. Everyone put your goddamn hands up, and I draw my pistol with the other hand.
I put my hands up, and one of my hands is wearing the bracelet.
Good.
Slump throws the cool down fucking Borkus bone right in his face.
Oh my, yeah, no, it's,
Shit.
Borkius isn't ready. It's just a giant bone smacks you in the face.
Did I see the thing on his hand when he threw it?
Did you
Were
have
you
it?
wearing
Did you have
the
it on
bracelet?
Slump?
Yeah, I'll say you did. Yeah.
Good. Let's see. Ow, fuck! I saw it. It's fine. Lou.
Of course, look, see?
All
Put
right.
the gun down, Jake. Just put it down.
Just holster the gun. Friendship.
All right.
Ow. Friendship.
Let's see. Ooh, some of these need to be updated. Let's see. Friendship. Ooh.
Such a tough one.
This, I know, that's a tough one. Okay. Kind of like Galdrick. He tugs on it and he's like, all right, you can pull it over, but you don't feel anything on the other end of the line.
Oh, sure, yeah. I crinkle crank.
Yep.
Zing, zing.
Tick, tick, tick. You bring it over. And it's an earring. It's like a clip-on earring with a heart on it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And he says, all right, now what you've got there is called the True Heart Clasp. And if you wear it, you can immediately tell the truthfulness of a statement once per day or narrative beat. I don't know why I'm saying this like this. This is kind of weird for me to say this in this accent, but basically it'll allow you to tell whether or not someone is lying to you and the full truthfulness of a statement. If it's partial lie or hiding something, you'll be able to tell.
Okay, so I don't learn the truth. I just know how much they're hiding if they're hiding it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
It's like a natural 20 insight check kind of thing.
Fuck yeah, friendship! I like twist my hat sideways so it pulls my hair away from one ear and just clip that shit on.
Boy, so you got the
Ow!
so you got the hat sideways.
Well, I mean, I turned it back. It was
The
just a hair
Nokia
out.
phones.
Come on.
You got the karate bandana and the heart. The heart. You are
And
the
the scarf Lou gave to me,
Yes,
and a
yeah.
friendship bracelet.
you are an accessory wizard.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Next
Okay.
step, space pirate.
Okay. And that's it for Lucky Lake. I'm so glad you guys got to get some items. Okay. So now you see the sun is setting and the great bonfire has been lit. And you know that it is time for the setting of the hands. I don't know if you remember this event from last year, but this is where there's an enormous bonfire in the center of the festival. Some people are toasting marshmallows. Some people are getting drunk and dancing a jig. But as the time for the setting of the hands approaches, everyone starts to give the fire a respectable berth. And nearby to the fire are buckets full of hands. Weird, fleshy-like hands that are supposed to be symbolic to the hands that created the universe. And the hands are almost normal sized. They're maybe a little bit small, but they're basically normal sized hands. And I'm just gonna kind of autopilot you guys through the event, because you all pick up a pair of these weird fleshy hands out of the bucket. They're kind of floppy, and you take them over to this large wooden basin full of water. You dip the hands into the basin of water, and they kind of suck up the water like those expanding dinosaur toys, except that they don't actually get any bigger. They just get heavier. And then you take these heavy hands and you toss them into the fire. And everyone does this. Everyone from the whole festival. Kevin Schartz comes over. Larry comes over. Firewater Jimbo comes over, which is the moonshiner. A couple of the other people that you didn't get a chance to meet, they all come over here. Birdie comes over. And they start tossing these heavy hands into the fire. And there's so many hands tossed into the fire that it's just to block the light from the flames. Then as the water expands inside the hand tissue, the hands grow in size, bigger and bigger. They turn into these huge, like, gorilla mitts. These big, beastly, manly hands that are just so damn impressive. You can't help but immediately feel like your own hands are small in comparison. But then the hands reach this kind of critical point, and the vapor trapped inside the hand starts to escape. There's this loud hissing sound as all the hands begin to emit steam, and they shrink down back to normal size. And they shrink just a little bit more until they're just a little bit smaller than normal hands. And then they get smaller and smaller and smaller until they're like freaky doll hands. Then they keep going smaller and smaller until they're little burned up, shriveled rat hands. And then you look to your side, and Kirby's there. And he looks to you guys with a big smile on his face. And he says, "Hey guys, would you mind if we maybe went up on that hill and watched this from a distance?"
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
Heck yeah. Hey, Curbs, I got something for you.
Oh yeah?
I hand him one of the other best friend gang bracelets.
And he immediately begins to tear up. Like,
so Slump knows what's coming, and as soon as he hands it to him and Kirby starts to tear up, Slump snaps it in half. Bracelet. Literally grabs it.
Oh my God.
No, I'm not even kidding. I'm not. As soon as Kirby starts to cry, Slump grabs the bracelet and snaps it in half. And then he puts it back in his hands, but he snaps it in half, not wanting to like take it away from him, but trying to kill the moment enough that he won't fucking cry.
Yeah, like his eyes well up, and then you break it. He's like, "Oh, okay, that's great. That's great. I'll just get that fixed later then, or something. Okay, great. That's wonderful. Thank you."
I want something to push him a little bit so he loses his
Okay.
balance.
Yeah, no, he just falls right over, like just right on his butt. Like, okay, well, that's great. Thanks, Mr. Slump. Okay, can we go up to the hill now?
Okay, good. You're okay. Let's go. Okay, Kirby.
Slump gives him a thumbs up.
You guys get up to the top of a nearby hill. It's a little ways away from the fire, from the crowds, and from the town's lights. And from here, you can see the stars up above in the sky. And every now and then you see a ship's lights pass overhead, and you think you might even see a shooting star. And as you guys get up there and you look around, you look down at the fire, you see Kirby sitting on the dirt, and he's looking down at the town. And a distant bonfire is kind of illuminating his face on the underside of his big hat. And you can see that there's a big tear welling up in his eye. And not the usual uncontrolled bawling. And not the standard overwhelmed by everything tears. This is different. It looks like a tear of joy and sadness. It's some sort of a complex mixture of emotion that's stirring in Kirby's deep dark eyes. And his mouth is just ever so slightly turned up in a small grin. And then he turns and he looks directly at you guys. Each of you in turn, directly in the eyes. Lou, Jake, Galdrick, Slump. And it's a look of understanding. But as soon as he looks at you guys, his chin starts to quiver.
God.
And he squeezes his eyes, squeezes them closed, and then he breathes deeply and he kind of gathers himself. And he says, "Hey guys, I think this is where we're gonna say goodbye."
What?
Why do you say that?
You mean for Great Day, you dumbass?
I mean, I think you guys are moving on to other things, and I think this is the last time I'm ever going to see you guys.
Fuck. Promises.
Yeah, how can we tell such a thing ever, really? I mean, you're not ill, right?
No, I'm fine, but I think you guys are moving on to other things, and I don't think we're going to see each other again.
Sure we will.
There's like telephones, and we can video chat and stuff, right?
I just got this feeling like where you guys are going, I don't know that I don't think I can follow. I gotta help the people here. I gotta help them deal with this, and you guys are going to do other stuff.
Quit and come with us.
I can't.
Hey,
I gotta take care of these people.
Quit and come with us.
I got a duty. I gotta respond and help these people, and I gotta make sure the town's safe. And I don't think.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
If there was no one left alive in the town, would you technically be relieved of duty?
Well, I got like a moral obligation. I gotta save the people here. And I think you guys are going out
We
there.
We already did that.
There's some problems here. I gotta help these people, and guys, I don't think I'm going where you're going. It's just this feeling I got, and I just wanted to make sure that I got a chance to say goodbye to my best friends in the whole world. And I want you guys to remember me, because I'm gonna remember you forever. You're my friends.
We'll see you, Kirby. We'll see you again.
We're probably gonna see you tomorrow, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
make sure we see you again. Don't even worry about it. And we'll bring a stapler. I keep meaning to bring you a stapler. I'm so sorry.
I don't even care about the stapler. I just want you guys to be safe and happy. And if we don't see each other ever again, I want you to never forget that we're the best friends, okay? And it says here right on this bracelet that's broken.
When he shows the bracelet, I'm gonna like put my hand open but palm down into the middle of the group and say, "Best friends, gang."
And like as you are saying this, his hand is already in the middle on top of yours.
Yeah.
And he's trying to say the words at the same best friend gang.
I'm just looking around.
I'll put my hand in.
Yes.
I'll look at Slump like a disapproving mother.
Yeah.
Slump doesn't really understand what's going on, so he just slaps everybody's hands really hard.
Ow! Great. Okay.
Friends.
I do a little jump fist pump and go, ow!
And I think that's the scene that we leave off for tonight. As all of you on this hill, the sun has just set, the fire of the bonfire kind of lighting you guys up a little bit. You're all kind of shaking your hands from having it been slapped. And it's 10 o'clock.
Two things. Two things. Okay, real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. Real quick. Really quick before we wrap up. Just really quick.
Yeah.
If I don't get some fucking artwork of mixed Slump and Galdrick at the very beginning, I'm going to be very upset. And if I don't get a really nice, cute artwork of all of us standing together looking at this like bonfire together, like us as silhouetted, I would be very upset, and I would leave the campaign.
Right?
Shit in your pillowcase.
And I know, I hope that everyone else is okay with this, but I don't really give a fuck if you aren't, because I'm going to insist that next week we go through all the rest of the Great Day games. We have to. I know it's technically no longer be Great Day, but I can't, man. I need to know what they were like.
Okay. So just to respect the lore, I'm gonna make them not available. But why don't we go through them right now and just see what they were?
Sure. Yeah.
We'll
Speed, rewind, retcon, go.
Okay, we'll see what they all are, because they're very fun, and I put a lot of effort into them. You guys did
breaking shit.
How about this? Let's say that after they had this nice sunset campfire moment with Kirby, that they all went and got some cotton candy and went back and did all the rest of these games with Kirby.
Yes. Okay.
That's so sweet.
I love that. I love that.
I want to find Tom. Is Tom here?
Tom is rebuilding the ship, but you know what? He finishes rebuilding the ship and he shows up to Great Day 2.
Good. I give him a super best friends gang bracelet, and we're best buds, and that's all. I'm done.
Perfect. And like when you hand it to Tom, he's expecting an insult. He gets a best friend's bracelet, and he gets a big old Kirby tear in his eye. And you guys have a hug, and it's real nice.
Yeah.
And then you all proceed to the slap happy competition.
Yes.
Where you hit each other until somebody falls unconscious.
Okay.
So you guys share this really nice moment, and you guys all get some cotton candy, and you're sharing stories about the adventure. And then you kind of wander into the slap happy ring and realize what the competition is. And then I think Slump just extends all 4 arms and like whirlwind just beats you guys down.
Yes,
and like Kirby first and worst just gets absolutely pile driven into the sand.
Fuck yeah.
Then another one that you guys missed was the heckin' darn good time competition, which was an insult competition where it's like the storytelling, except you roll a dice and then you tell an insult commensurate with how good the roll was. So you guys have fun making fun of each other. You make up a whole bunch of insults and you have a great old time. Then you make your way to the fixin' race. And like Jake said, this is the one that he did last year, where there's some hover engines up on hover blocks, and they've got different problems with them. And you do a couple rolls, you do a couple checks to see what's wrong, you try to fix them. And sure enough, Hannah Cannon, with the jaw cut from stone and the calloused but sure hands, wearing her dirty old oily tank top shirt that says Uppercuts on it, the name of her garage. She's there too, and you guys have that fixin' race. And I think she kind of learned from last year when you smoked her, and it comes down to the wire. Yeah.
I want to stop and like give her a knowing look.
Yeah.
And just like put the spanner down and let it go. Even if I might not win anyway.
Yeah.
But if it were the case,
I think that's just it. Like with all your super wizard, like your hands are so sure. And you can't tell if maybe you're weaving a little bit. Yeah. You're weaving with this arcane karate wizard knowledge, and she's keeping up with you. Like, as you're twisting a thing, she's twisting a thing. And at one point, you look over and you see her fixing something else. And then as it comes down to the wire, and you both have to deal with the, pre-programmed failure of the thing, you see it just a split second before she does. And as you're fixing the engine meltdown, you see her fixing it too. And you see she's just like one wrench turn behind you. And you kind of lock eyes, and you just pause for a beat. And instead of turning the wrench, you just kind of meet her eyes, and she keeps turning and she takes the win. But, she saw. You probably could have won. Then you make your way over to the last event that you didn't have time to do, which was Buck. And you see this big, beefy, industrial hover bike. This is one of those ones that's built for hauling huge rocks out of mines. It's like a rectangle with gimbaled rockets on it. And on the front are these two huge bull's horns that have been like super glued on the front. This big bull's nose ring that's been jammed through the front grille. It's got this side panel that's kind of open and sparking, and there's this huge, big, chonky woman standing next to it, and she's got a straw hat and a flannel shirt. She's a real nice woman. And she tells you about the bike, which is named Buck. And it's all about you to try to ride Buck. And basically, you roll a 1d4 to decide how badly Buck is going to malfunction, and that decides what the DC you have to roll is. So it goes to the point where you know what, because there's 4 of you, each of you get one of the different rides. Jake, you jump on Buck, and it kind of rocks around, it kind of tosses you about in the desert, but it ain't too bad. And so Lou, you hop on, and you figure it doesn't look too bad. But this time, Buck really rocks. It's jerking back and forth, and sometimes it just ignites all the engines and takes off in a random direction, almost throwing you off. Next, Galdrick, you figure you're probably ready for this. You jump on, and Buck just goes nuts. It starts to smoke, and individual rocket legs just basically explode, and the whole thing barrel rolls and throws all over the place. And I think maybe your wings come out and kind of steady you once or twice, and it's maybe a little bit of divine assistance that you stay on this thing.
Oh God, okay.
And then Slump, you decide you're going to get on this. This looks like a big, fun, roly explodey dog.
Yep.
And when she goes to set this thing up for you, the side panel explodes and burns her face, and Buck basically gains sentience. Like, it tries to objectively to remove you from it. It actually runs itself into walls and dives headfirst into the ground. And it does just like ballerina 360 spins at an absolutely unsafe speed. But because of your 4 arms, you're just able to hold on. And in retrospect, you wonder if maybe you shouldn't have held on. Like, you feel like maybe it's killed some of the few brain cells you had left, having stayed on this thing the whole time. Because at one point, it literally ran through other tents and destroyed other kind of events as you were on this thing.
Okay.
And yeah, Kirby gets on, and it's like easy mode again, and it just tosses him like a rag doll right off. Like, it just kind of leans to the side, and he goes comically tumbling off.
Oh, Kirby.
And I think you guys have a grand old time hanging out at the rest of Great Day until night falls, and you all go to bed. Kirby goes to his home, and I think you guys maybe you all head back to Jake's bunker. It's been a little bit of a rebuild project that Kirby had going on. It's not as nice. It's not apocalypse proof, but it's got 4 sturdy walls. It's clean on the inside. And there's a little post-it note on the door, handwritten from Kirby, and it says, "Home whenever you need it." And that's the session.
Ah, great day.
And it's been a great day.
Great day.
Thanks,
Hey.
guys.
That was fucking awesome.
It was. Thank you.
I loved it. That was so much fun.
I'm glad
All
Noah
right.
died.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure out where our adventure is taking us next Friday.
Next
What
Friday,
the fuck we're doing?
we're getting back into the adventure. Oh, don't worry. I know what you're doing. So yeah, we get back into the major main campaign next Friday. Thank you guys so much. I was nervous. I was anxious. I was so excited.
Perfectly. It was so
That
fucking
was fun, man.
That was so much fun. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
I will see
we'll
you guys
next Friday.
next Friday.
Awesome,
Okay.
bye.